Hello students, today we are going to solve KCET 2022 maths paper, right? KCET 2022 paper. So please visit our website www.examsnet.com to practice all the questions from this paper. You can also download our app. The link is given in the description box. Let's begin with question number 1. If all permutations of the letters of the word mask are arranged in the order as in dictionary, with or without meaning, which one of the following is 19th word? So here, from the word mask, let us arrange the letters in alphabetical order, right? As in dictionary. So A comes first. So after that, K, after that, M, after M, S come, right? So if all permutations of the letters are arranged in order as in the English dictionary, with or without meaning. So you can arrange these letters. So starting from A and the remaining letters, maybe you can take one, or A and M can be taken, A and S can be taken, right? So in how many ways these letters can be taken, or these letters can be arranged according to English dictionary, right? In how many ways these letters can be arranged? It is given that with or without meaning, right? So you can take only 2 letters or 3 letters or 4 letters, right? So only thing is you have to arrange these words, right, with or without meaning according to the dictionary, right, in the order of the dictionary, right? So in how many ways we can arrange these words, right? If you arrange in that way, what is the 19th word, right? Which one of the following is 19th word, right? So for that, so starting with A, how many words can be formed, right? So if you start from A, right? So here we have A, K, M, S, 4 letters. So using A as the first letter, how many words can be formed? And remaining letters are 3, right? So using 3 letters, we can arrange these 3 letters in factorial 3 ways, right? So KMS can be arranged as KM. We can choose 2 letters or only 1 letter, right? So you can take only K, M and S. Can take KM, KS, right? Then MS, right? So in every way, A will be the first letter, right? Then you can take K, M, S, all the 3 letters, then M, S, K, M, K, S, right? So in this way, in how many ways 3 letters can be arranged? In factorial 3 ways. So in these factorial 3 ways, so A will be the first letter. So factorial 3 means 3 into 2, which is 6 ways, right? So here the question is, which is the 19th word, right? So in 6 ways, so these 4 letters can be arranged, right? So starting with A, then starting with K. So the remaining letters are 3 in factorial 3 ways, right? The letters can be arranged. So in which K is the first letter, that is 6 ways. And the next letter comes M. So the letters in which M is the first letter can be arranged in again factorial 3 ways. So that is 6 ways, right? So 6 plus 6 plus 6, so 18 ways, right? So starting with A, K and M, right? So then the last letter is S, right? So the number of letters or number of words can be arranged starting with S is against factorial 3 ways. So already we have 18 words, right? And the 19th word starts with S, right? Therefore, 19th word starts with S, right? So among 4 options, so here is only one word, right, without meaning. So starts with S, right? No need to arrange the words start with S, right, separately. So directly take option C as the right answer, which starts with S, right? Option C is the right answer. So after yes, so the letter A comes, right? So A, K, M, because we have to arrange the remaining letters also according to the order of the dictionary, right? So 19th word becomes S, A, K, M. Option C is the right answer. Question number 2. If A1, A2, A3, so on up to A10 is a geometric progression and A3 by A1 is equal to 25, then A9 by A5 is equal to. So in a geometric progression like A1, A2, A3, for example, it is up to AN, right? So we'll consider a geometric progression A1, A2, A3, so on up to AN. There are n terms in a geometric progression. Then nth term of a geometric progression, nth term, the formula says an is always a into r raised to n minus 1, right? Where r is common ratio. So that means the ratio between consecutive numbers, right? So common ratio. That means a2 by a1. So which is equal to a3 by a2, which is equal to a4 by its previous number, right? So we have a common ratio which is r, right? So nth term of a geometric progression is a into r raised to n minus 1. So it is given that a3 by a1 is 25. So which is nothing but, so apply the formula a into r raised to n minus 1. Here, if you take r as the common ratio, a3 becomes a into r raised to 3 minus 1, which is 2, and a1 becomes a into r raised to 1 minus 1, which is 0, right? So it is a into r square by a into r raised to 1 minus 1 is r raised to 0, which is always 1, right? Therefore, a r square by a is equal to 25, which is already given, right? So a will get cancelled. So a3 by a1 is r square, which is 25. Therefore, r is square root of 25, which is 5. Here, common ratio is 5. Common ratio is 5. Therefore, the question is to find the value of a9 by a5. Therefore, a9 by a5 is equal to. So apply the same formula. an is ar raised to n minus 1. a9 becomes ar raised to 9 minus 1, which is 8, right? Whereas a5 becomes ar raised to 5 minus 1, right? Therefore, a will get cancelled. So r raised to 8 by r raised to 4. So apply the rule of a raised to m by a raised to n, which is a raised to m minus n, right? Therefore, it becomes r raised to 8 minus 4, which is r raised to 4, where r is 5, right? So, which is equal to 5 raised to 4 is the final answer, right? Therefore, the value of a9 by a5 is, a9 by a5 is, not raised to, a9 by a5 is 5 raised to 4, right? Option C is the right answer. Question number 3. If the straight line 2x minus 3y plus 17 is equal to 0 is perpendicular to the line passing through the points 7, 17 and 15 beta, then beta is equal to. So students will consider two lines which are perpendicular to each other. So in a coordinate geometry, so we'll consider two lines which are perpendicular to each other, right? Here one line is 2x minus 3y is equal to 17. So 2x minus 3y, sorry, plus 17 is equal to 0. Whereas the second line, so passing through the points 7, 17. So we'll consider 7, 17 and 15 beta. We have to find the value of beta, right? So students, when two lines are perpendicular to each other, so product of their slope is always equal to minus 1, right? So here, so we'll consider two lines as line A and line B, right? Since line A is perpendicular to line B, right? So product of their slopes. So we'll consider M1 as slope of first line, right? So M1 is slope of A and M2 as slope of B. Slope of B. Then M1 into M2 is always equal to -1. Why do we need a slope? Because so one of the slope of second line can be expressed in terms of beta, right? Since its coordinates are 7, 17 and 15 beta. So once you express their slopes and by taking their product, we can easily find the value of beta, right? So let us find M1, right? So M1 and M2 separately. So here M1 is slope of first line, right? So slope of first line is 2x minus 3y plus 17 is 0. This is first line. So let us express first line in the form of y is equal to mx plus c, right? So here, general formula for a straight line is y is equal to mx plus c, where m is slope of that line and c is a constant, right? Therefore, we just rearrange the first equation. 2x minus 3y plus 17 is equal to 0. So, minus 3y plus 17 is equal to 0. So, therefore, 3y is equal to 2x plus 17. Therefore, y is equal to, so 2 by 3x plus 17 by 3. Right? Which is in the form of y is equal to mx plus c. Right? Therefore, m is equal to, so coefficient of x, which is 2 by 3, right? So here, with respect to line A, it is m1. Therefore, slope of first line is 2 by 3, whereas second line slope. So second line is passing through 2 points. Therefore, m2 with respect to second line B, m2 is equal to, it's always a difference between the y coordinates. So y coordinates are 17 and beta, right? Therefore, so directly we'll take 17 minus beta or beta minus 17 divided by x2 minus x1. So difference between x coordinates, right? Therefore, it is 7 minus 15 or 15 minus 7, right? So it is better to take 15 minus 7. M2 is the formula says y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, right? So beta minus 17 divided by 15 minus 7, right? So here we'll take the product of M1 and M2. So which is always -1 when two lines are perpendicular to each other. Therefore, M1 into M2 is -1. So therefore, M1 is 2 by 3. M2 is beta minus 17 by 15 minus 7 is equal to -1. Simplify it, you'll get the value of beta, right? So we'll take 2 into beta minus 17, which is 2 beta minus 34 is equal to, take this 3 into 15 minus 17 into RHS, right? 3 into 15 is 45 with negative sign because it is multiplied by -1. 3 into 7, 21, minus 21, right? Into -1 becomes plus 21. Therefore, 2 beta is minus 45 plus 21 plus 34, right? So, 2 beta is, so minus 45 plus 55, which is plus 10. Therefore, beta is 10 by 2, which is 5. Therefore, value of beta is equal to 5. Option C is the right answer. Question number 4. The octant in which the point 2 minus 4 minus 7 lies is. So students will consider the three-dimensional view of x-axis, y-axis and z-axis, right? So this is the three-dimensional view. Here the point is 2 minus 4 minus 7. So its x coordinate is plus 2, y coordinate is minus 4 and z coordinate is minus 7, right? So before going to the respective octant, we'll consider the general case. So the octants and the points, right, whose coordinates are x, y and z. So in first octant, So always for a point in first octant, so its x coordinate will be positive, y coordinates also will be positive, z coordinate will also be positive, right? Therefore, in first octant, so all the three coordinates will be positive, right? Whereas in the second octant, x will be negative, y and z will be positive. Whereas in the third octant, x and y will be negative, z will be positive, right? So for a point in the fourth octant, x is positive, y is negative, but z is again positive, right? So in fourth octant, whereas in the fifth octant, so x and y are positive, z is negative in the fifth octant. Whereas in the sixth octant, so x is negative, y is positive, z is negative. Whereas in the seventh octant, so all the three coordinates are negative, right? In the seventh octant. So for a point in the eighth octant, its x coordinate is positive, y and z are negative, right? So in the given point, so consider the given point, its x coordinate is positive, y and z are negative. Therefore, the given point lies in eighth octant, right? So x coordinate positive, so 2 is positive, -4 and -7, right? So they are y and z coordinates respectively. Therefore, so the point 2, -4, -7 lies in eighth octant. Right? Therefore, option A is the right answer. Question number 5. So if f of x is equal to x square minus 1, where x lies between 0 and 2. So f of x is equal to 2x plus 3, where 2 is less than or equal to x less than 3. The quadratic equation whose roots are. So limit f of x as x approaches 2 from below, right? And another root is limit f of x as x approaches 2 from above. Right? These are the two roots. Let us assume alpha and beta as the roots of the quadratic equation. Right? So, alpha and beta be the roots. Right? Therefore, so we'll consider alpha as limit f of x as x approaches 2 from below. Right? So is equal to, so 2 from below means we have to consider the first equation, x square minus 1, right? So we'll consider limit f of x as x square minus 1 as x approaches 2 from below, right? So here substitute the value of x as, that means x square is 2 square, it becomes 4 minus 1, which is 3. So alpha is equal to 3. And another root beta is equal to, so here limit f of x as the x approaches 2 from above. Therefore, we have to consider the second equation, right? So limit f of x as 2x plus 3. Here x lies between 2 and 3, right? Therefore, 2 from above. Therefore, where x approaches 2 from above is equal to, so substitute the value of x, it becomes 4 plus 3, which is 7. Therefore, beta is equal to 7. Therefore, the quadratic equation becomes, right? Quadratic equation becomes, so in which alpha and beta are roots, right? Alpha and beta are roots, becomes the general equation is nothing but x square, general equation where alpha and beta are roots is equal to x square minus alpha plus beta plus product of the roots is equal to 0. Right? So general quadratic equation in which alpha and beta are roots is nothing but x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha into beta is equal to 0. Here alpha is plus 3, beta is plus 7. Therefore, equation becomes x square minus 3 plus 7 into x plus 3 into 7. is equal to 0. Therefore, x square minus 10x plus 21 is equal to 0 is the quadratic equation. Alright. So here x square minus 10x plus 21 is 0. Option C is the right answer. Question 6. If 3x plus I into 4x minus y is equal to 6 minus I, where x and y are real numbers, then the values of x and y are respectively. Here we have two complex numbers, right, which are equated here. So let us compare or let us equate real parts and imaginary parts, right? So here in left hand side, real part is 3x, right? Therefore, so equating real and imaginary parts. Imaginary parts separately, right? Therefore, real parts of left hand side is 3x, right? Which is equal to, so in the right hand side part, we have 6 as the real part, right? 3x is equal to 6, therefore value of x is 2. And imaginary part is 4I into 4x minus y, right? Just forget about I. 4x minus y is equal to minus 1. Coefficient of I is minus 1 in the right hand side part. Therefore, here x is 2. So 4x becomes 4 into 2 minus y is minus 1. Therefore, minus y is minus 1 minus 8, right? So take this 4 into 2 to the RHS part. Therefore, y becomes plus 9. Right? X is 2, y is 9. Therefore, values of x and y are 2 and 9, option B. Question number 7. If the standard deviation of the numbers minus 1, 0, 1, k is root 5, where k is greater than 0, then k is equal to. So, in the given data set, right? So, standard deviation is given. So, we know that for a data set, standard deviation SD is equal to, the formula says it is root of, square root of, so sigma xi the square divided by n minus square of the mean, right? Here, so xi means, so terms in the given data. Terms means each term, right? Xi is each term, whereas n is number of terms. Number of terms. Whereas x prime is mean of the given data set. Mean. Right? So to find standard deviation, here standard deviation value is already given. We need to find value of k. Right? Here sigma I square. So let us go for sigma I square. That is summation of. So sum of the squares of individual term. Right? So which is nothing but minus 1 square plus 0 square plus 1 square plus k square divided by number of terms divided by 4. Right? So which is sigma xi square minus mean of the given data set. So mean is sum of all the terms divided by number of terms. So which is minus 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus k divided by 4. It's a square because it is mean square, right? Here standard deviation is root of 5, which is given, right? Therefore, so here square root of, so 1 plus 1, 2 plus k square divided by 4 minus, so here mean is k square by, mean is k by 4. So it's a square becomes k square by 16, right? Therefore, so squaring both sides. So it becomes, LHS becomes 5 is equal to 2 plus k square by 4 minus k square by 16. Yes, we have removed the square root part. Here LCM is 16. Therefore, 4 into 4 is 16. Numerator becomes 4 into 2, 8 plus 4k square minus the next numerator is k square. So 16 into 5, 80 is equal to right? 80 is equal to 8 plus 3k square. Therefore, 3k square is 80 minus 8, 72. Therefore, value of k is, so 72 by 3 is 24. So, square root of 24, which is nothing but, so 4 into 6. So, root of 4 is 2, root 6 is value of k, right? So, 2 root 6 is the answer. So, option D is the right answer. Question number 8. If the set X contains 7 elements and set Y contains 8 elements, then the number of bijections from X to Y is. So here number of elements in set X is equal to 7. So whereas number of elements in set Y is equal to 8. So here the question is number of bijections from X to A. For that, number of elements in X should be greater than 8. Right? So for bijections from X to Y. So number of elements in X should be greater than or equal to number of elements in set Y. Right here, bijections from Y to X, if it is asked, then we can easily find the number of bijections from Y to X. Here, X to Y is given, right? So the condition is not satisfied. Here, number of elements in X is not greater than or equal to number of elements in set Y, right? Therefore, the number of bijections, that is 1-to-1 and on-to mappings from X to Y is not possible, right? So here, so number of bijections, that is 1-to-1, 1-1 and on-to mappings from X to Y is not possible. Therefore, number of bijections from X to Y is 0. Right? Therefore, option A is the right answer. Question number 9. So, if f is a function from R to R is defined by, so R to R means a real number to real number, right? So, function of a real number is also a real number. Therefore, f is a function from R to R defined by f of x is equal to 2x if x is greater than 3. F of x is equal to x square if x lies between 1 and 3. Even x can be equal to 3, right? F of x is 3x if x is less than or equal to -1. Then the value of f of -1 plus f of 2 plus f of 4, right? Here, we'll consider f of -1. So here x is less than 1, right? Or equal to 1. Consider f of x is equal to 3x, right? Where x is less than or equal to 1. So f of -1 is f of x, so which is equal to 3x. Here x is less than or equal to 1. Therefore, here value of x is -1. So 3 into -1 becomes -3, right? So we'll consider f of 2. Here, so according to the given function, so value of x is, so less than or equal to 3. So 1 less than x, less than or equal to 3. So therefore, f of x becomes x squared. Where? So x lies between 1 and 3. Right? Therefore, f of x becomes x square, which is 2 square, which is equal to 4. We'll consider f of 4. So here, x is 4, right? So x is greater than 3. Then f of x becomes 2x. So 2 into 4 is 8. Therefore, f of -1 plus f of 2 -1 plus f of 2 plus f of 4 becomes f of -1 is -3 plus f of 2 is 4 plus f of 4 is 8. So it is equal to 9, right? So sum of the given three functions is equal to 9. Option B is the right answer. So here, so all the values -3, 4, 8, 9. So all these values are real numbers. Therefore, the function is from real number to real number. Function of a real number is also a real number, right? So in this particular case, therefore, so for the given question, option B is the right answer. Question number 10. Let the relation R is defined in set of natural numbers by A and B. If 3A plus 2B is equal to 27, then R is. This question is based on relations and functions. Very easy question. So just we have to substitute the values of A and B, right? So we'll consider the given equation 3A plus 2B is equal to 27, right? Therefore, we can write 2B as 27 minus 3A. So B is equal to 27 minus 3A by 2, right? For what value of A? So the value of B becomes, right? So for value of A, if it is equal to 1, for example, according to option A, so in which, so these are values of A and B, A and B, A and B, and A and B, right? So even you can consider option B also, right? So the for a value of A is equal to 1 or 3 or 5 or 7, so value of B is equal to, right? Whether it satisfies or not, that we have to check. If A is equal to 1, B becomes 27 minus 3A becomes 27 minus 3 by 2, which is 24 by 2, which is 12. B becomes 12. If A is equal to, so for odd numbers of, only for the value of A is odd number, value of B becomes a whole number, right? So for us, it will be easy for. So here A is equal to 3. So B becomes 27 minus 3 into 3 becomes 9. 27 minus 9 is 18 by 2, right? So which is 9. B becomes 9. If A is 5, so B becomes, so 27 minus 15. So it becomes 17 minus 5. 12 by 2 is 6. B becomes 6, right? So A is equal to 7, right? B becomes, so 27 minus 21, which is 6 by 2, which is 3. So the order pairs become 1, 1, 12. Then A is 3, B is 9, 3, 9. So A is 5, B will be 6, 5, 6, and 7, 3, right? Therefore, option A is the right answer, right? So A and B values are 1, 12, 3, 9, 5, 6, and 7, 3, right? So R becomes option A. Question 11. So limit root 3 plus y cube minus root of 3 whole divided by y cube where y tends to 0 is equal to. So we cannot directly substitute the value of y as 0 here. So the whole limit becomes infinity, which is not possible. Therefore, so we just multiply both numerator and denominator, right, of the given expression by inverse of root 3 plus y cube minus root 3. So its inverse is plus root 3, right? So root 3 plus y cube plus root 3. So there will not be any change in the value of the expression. Therefore, the limit becomes limit y tends to 0, right? Here the numerator is in the form of a plus b into a minus b, which is a square minus b square, right? A square minus b square. Therefore, here a is root 3 plus y cube. Its root of 3 plus y cube. Its square becomes 3 plus y cube. Minus b square is root 3 the whole square. It becomes 3 itself. Divided by, so y cube into root 3 plus y cube plus root 3, right? Therefore, here limit y tends to 0. So here 3 and minus 3 will get cancelled. We have y cube by y cube, which is 1. So 1 by, so root 3 plus y cube plus root 3. So here y tends to 0. So it becomes 1 by root 3 plus y cube becomes root 3 plus 0 plus root 3. So it becomes 1 by 2 root 3 Hence, option A is the right answer. 1 by 2 root 3 is the answer. Question number 12. If A is a matrix of order 3 by 3, then A square inverse is equal to. So students will consider the general case A square inverse is equal to. No need to consider A as a matrix of order 3 by 3. So we are considering generally, right? So here A square is nothing but A into A, its whole inverse, right? So A into A raised to minus 1 is nothing but A raised to minus 1 into A raised to minus 1. So A inverse of matrix A into inverse of matrix A. So we can write it as inverse of matrix A the square, right? Therefore, so A square whole inverse is equal to, so inverse of matrix A the whole square, right? Therefore, option C is the right answer, right? Option C is inverse of matrix A the whole square, right? Even you can consider A as a matrix of order 3 by 3. Like you can consider the elements of matrix A, like 2, 3, 4, right? 3, 2, 1, any number you can take, 8, 9, 8, 9, 7, like this. So matrix of order 3 by 3, right? 3 rows and 3 columns. Then take A square, then its inverse, right? Which is equal to. So you have to consider each and every option, right? So what is the value of minus A square, the whole square, then A square, right? So it is better to go with the first step, right? So general, by taking A square as A into A, its whole inverse, right? So the first method is very easy. Hence, option C is the right answer. Students, if you want to practice all the questions from this paper, please visit our website www.examsnet.com. You can also download our app. The link is given in the description box. Question 13. If matrix A is equal to 2 minus 1, 3 minus 2, then the inverse of the matrix A cube is. So that means we need to find inverse of matrix A cube. So here A cube can be written as matrix A square into A. So it's a whole inverse, right? So raised to minus 1. So let us find A square, right? And inverse of A separately, right? So we'll consider A square is equal to, so A into A, matrix A is 2 minus 1, 3 minus 2 into matrix A. So 2 minus 1, 3 minus 2, right? So here the multiplication of two matrices. So 2 into 2, 4, right? Then minus 1 into 3. So it becomes a minus 3. So 4 plus minus 3, right? So here A12. So the second element in first row is minus 1 into the column elements. So minus 1 into minus 1 is plus 1. Sorry, 2 into minus 1 is minus 2 plus minus 1 into minus 2. So which is plus 2, right? Plus 2. So next comes 3, right? So first element in the second row into first element in the first column. So 3 into 2 becomes 6 plus minus 2 into 3. So it becomes minus 6. And so first element in the second row, 3 into minus 1, it becomes minus 3 plus minus 2 into minus 2, right? So it becomes plus 4. Therefore, product of two matrices, so A into A becomes 1, 0, 0, 1, an identity matrix, right? 1, 0, 0, 1, a 2 by 2 identity matrix, right? So here A square is an identity matrix. We'll write I in place of A square into A raised to minus 1. So when a matrix is multiplied by an identity matrix, the product is always the original matrix. So I into A is always A, not I. I into A is always A. So inverse of A, right? Inverse of matrix A cube is inverse of A. So we'll find inverse of A now. So inverse of A is equal to, so 2 minus 1, 3 minus 2, its inverse. Just we have to change the sign of each element. So 2 becomes -2, -1 becomes +1. So 3 becomes -3, -2 becomes +2. Right? So take out the negative sign. The matrix becomes 2 -1, 3 -2, which is nothing but matrix A. So with negative sign, right? So minus A. So inverse of A is minus A. Therefore, so inverse of the matrix A cube. Here the question is inverse of matrix A cube is minus A. Option D is the right answer, right? Option D. Question number 14. If A is a skew symmetric matrix, then A raised to 2021 is. So students, a skew symmetric matrix is a square matrix that is equal to negative of its transpose matrix. So we'll write skew symmetric matrix as a square matrix equal to the negative of its transpose matrix. Transpose matrix means so matrix obtained by interchanging rows and columns, right? For example, if you consider a matrix, so particularly a square matrix, so 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So its transpose matrix becomes a transpose matrix. If, for example, R is a matrix, so its transpose matrix becomes RT, right? So just interchange rows and columns. So here row becomes 1, 2, row becomes first column, and the second row becomes second column. This is transpose of R, right? So skew symmetric matrix of R, because R is nothing but skew symmetric or skew symmetric matrix of R becomes negative of transpose of R minus RT. So which is nothing but, so minus of 1, 3, 2, 4. Right? Negative of its transpose matrix is called skew symmetric matrix. Right? So here A is a skew symmetric matrix, then A raised to 2021 is. So here we'll consider skew symmetric matrix A. Skew symmetric matrix A is equal to, by definition, it is negative of its transpose matrix. So minus A raised to T or minus AT is skew symmetric matrix of A, right? So we'll consider A raised to 2021. So raise the power to 2021. Since A is a square matrix, because skew symmetric matrix is always a square matrix, right? So its power, so when its power is raised to any number, so you will get a square matrix only, right? So when a square matrix is multiplied by, so number of square matrix, you will get a square matrix, right? So therefore, A raised to 2021, so again a square matrix, again a square matrix, square matrix. Therefore, we'll write A raised to 2021. So to is equal to, with negative sign, minus A raised to T, so transpose matrix, raised to 2021. Since 2021 is an odd number, right? So 2021 is odd number. So minus A raised to T 2021 or minus 1 into A raised to T 2021, you will get an odd number, right? Therefore, it becomes with negative sign A raised to T whole raised to 2021, right? So you will get a negative value only, minus A raised to T. You will consider A raised to T as P, a transpose matrix, right? So for your convenience, we'll consider A raised to T as P, right? Or A raised to 2021. Sorry, not A raised to T. With negative sign, A raised to 2021 whole raised to T. Both are same because A raised to mn is equal to, or A raised to m whole raised to n is equal to A raised to n whole raised to m, because A raised to mn is equal to A raised to mn, right? So in both the cases, you will get A raised to mn as the answer. Therefore, Just interchange the powers, right? A raised to t whole raised to 2021 is a raised to 2021 raised to t, right? We'll consider a raised to 2021 as p. So with negative sign, p raised to t. Therefore, a raised to 2021 is negative of transpose of a matrix, right? It is nothing but again a skew symmetric matrix, right? So it is equal to the negative of its transpose matrix. Therefore, here again, a raised to 2021 is considered as matrix P. Therefore, P is equal to, so negative of transpose of it, right? So a skew symmetric matrix. A skew symmetric matrix. Therefore, we can conclude that if A is a skew symmetric matrix, then A raised to 2021 is also a skew symmetric matrix. Option D is the right answer. Question 15. If matrix A is a 2 by 2 matrix whose elements are 0, 1, 0, 0, then A into I, here I is identity matrix, right? So AI plus BA raised to N is. So we'll consider AI. So A is a number, right? A and B are natural numbers. So we have to keep this in our mind. So belongs to set of natural numbers. So AI plus BA. We'll consider AI plus BA. So since A is a natural number, so when A is multiplied with an identity matrix, so the matrix becomes a, so we'll consider separately. So A into I is 1001, a 2 by 2 matrix, right? So it is given already. So I is the identity matrix of order 2, right? So plus B into matrix A. Matrix A is 0, 1, 0, 0, right? So which is equal to, so A into I becomes A00A plus, so B into A becomes 0B00, right? And their sum is equal to, so A plus 0, right? So which is A, and second element plus second element, 0 plus B is B, and in the second row, first element plus first element is 0, and A plus 0 is A. So AI plus BA is AB0A, right? We'll consider AI plus BA square. So let us increase the power, right? So we'll take the product of AI plus BA, AB0A into AB0A into AB0A. So product of two matrices of same order, right? 2 by 2. So we'll consider, so A into A is A square plus B into 0, right? So first element in the second row or second element in the first column, right? 0 is second element in the first column. B into 0 is 0, right? So the second element of the product becomes A into B is AB plus B into A is also AB. And so in the second row, the first element becomes 0 into A 0, A into 0 is 0. And the fourth element becomes, so here, so first element in the second row, 0 into B is 0 plus A into A, so A square. So you know the procedure, right, to get the product of two matrices of same order, right? So we'll consider AI plus BA square is A square plus, A square 2AB 0 and A square, right? So when you generalize this, so you can take AI plus BA raised to 3 also, right? So we'll generalize this. AI plus BA raised to N. Raised to N becomes, so when the power is 2, then the power of first element is also 2. Therefore, power of first element becomes A raised to N, right? In case of AI plus BA raised to N, first element becomes A raised to N, right? So when the power is 2, right? So consider the previous case, when the power is 2. So here in the second element, the coefficient is also 2. Therefore, in the second element, coefficient becomes n, right? And n into a. So power of a is lesser. That means if the order of or the power of the matrix is 2, then power of a becomes 2 minus 1 in the second element. So it becomes n minus 1, right? Into b, right? So here in ai plus ba also we have a term b in the second place, right? In the second element we have b, right? It is understood that a raised to, it is not, when you generalize this, in place of n we have 1 into a raised to 1 minus 1 into b. So if the power is n, it becomes n into a raised to n minus 1 into b. So second element of the matrix becomes n into a raised to n minus 1 into b. And the third element is 0, right? So in the first case also, third element is 0, right? That means first element in the second row. So it is 0. And the fourth element is a raised to n. This is how we can generalize. Okay, again, we can split this matrix into two matrices. Like, so we'll consider a raised to n, right? So we'll consider 0 as the second matrix. So in the second row, we'll consider 0 as it is, a raised to n as it is, plus another matrix in which first element is 0, second element is n into a raised to n minus 1 into b, third element will be 0, fourth element also will be 0. Therefore, sum of these two matrices so gives the previous matrix, right? So just we have to split one matrix into sum of two matrices, right? So in first matrix, we can take out a raised to n and the remaining will be 1, 0, 0, 1, which is an identity matrix. And in the second matrix, we can take out n into a raised to n minus 1 into b, and the remaining matrix will be 0, 1, 0, 0, right? So a raised to n, so 1, 0, 0, 1 is an identity matrix of order 2, right? Plus n a raised to n minus 1 into b, here 0, 1, 0, 0. So according to the question, it is matrix A. Therefore, the answer is a raised to n into I plus n a raised to n minus 1 into b into a, right? So when you generalize, you will get option C as the right answer, given that 0, 1, 0, 0 is matrix A, right? Therefore, ai plus b a raised to n is equal to option C, a raised to n into an identity matrix plus n into a raised to n minus 1 into b into matrix A. Option C is the right answer. Question 16. If A is a 3 by 3 matrix such that determinant of phi adjoint A is equal to phi, then determinant of A is equal to. So students, we know that determinant of adjoint A is always equal to, so determinant of A raised to n minus 1. Here, n is order of the matrix. Order of the matrix, right? It is given that A is a 3 by 3 matrix. Here, n is equal to 3, right? Therefore, so we'll consider determinant of phi into adjoint A. So we'll take out phi. Since the order is 3, so we'll consider phi raised to n, right? So when a number is multiplied to adjoint A, so its determinant becomes, so that number raised to order of the matrix, right? Phi raised to 3 into determinant of adjoint A, right? Therefore, it becomes phi raised to 3 since adjoint A is equal to determinant A raised to n minus 1. Here n is 3 minus 1, right? Therefore, phi cube into determinant A square. Since determinant of phi adjoint A is equal to phi, we can equate this to phi. Therefore, determinant of A square is 1 by phi square is 1 by 25. Here, the question is asked to find the value of determinant of A, right? Therefore, determinant of A square is 1 by 25. So, determinant of A is equal to plus or minus 1 by 5, right? Therefore, option, so B is the right answer. Plus or minus 1 by 5 is the answer. Question 17. If there are two values of A which makes determinant delta is equal to 86. So this determinant is equal to 86. Then sum of these numbers is. So sum of these numbers means we have to find value of the roots of the equation obtained by solving the determinant. Right? So for that we'll solve the determinant. Solve the determinant. So this solution will be in terms of A and A square, right? Determinant. So how to solve this? So first element into. So just avoid first row and first column. So here product of A and 2A is 2A square minus of product of 4 and minus 1 which is minus 4, right? So minus, so the second element is minus 2, right? So now the corresponding column should be avoided and the first row should be avoided. Then 2 into 2a becomes minus 2 into 2a is 4a. So minus 0 into minus 1. So it becomes 0. So minus 0. Then plus third element is 5. So avoid the respective column and the first row, right? So 2 into 4 is 8 minus 0 is equal to, so this solution is equal to 86, which is already given, right? Therefore, 2a square plus 4 plus 2 into 4a, right? 4a plus 5 into 8, 40 is equal to 86, right? Therefore, 2a square plus 8a. So 4 plus 40 is 44. So minus 86. So it is minus 42. 44 minus 86. So minus 42 is equal to 0. So okay, again we can take out 2. So equation becomes a square plus 4a minus 21 is equal to 0, a quadratic equation. So how to solve this? So either you can split the middle term or use the formula, right? So splitting the middle term will be very easy. A square plus, so midterm is 4a. Let us split this term as 7a minus 3a. 7a minus 3a, so that the sum becomes plus 4a and product of their coefficients 7 and minus 3 is minus 21, which is last term, right? So take first two terms where a is common. So a plus 7 minus 3 is common in the last two terms and the remaining term becomes a plus 7 is equal to 0. Therefore, so it is given that if there are two values of a, what are the two values of a? So a is equal to 3 because a minus 3 is 0 and a is equal to minus 7, right? And the question is, so then the sum of these numbers is, so sum becomes 3 plus minus 7 is minus 4. Sum of these numbers is minus 4. Therefore, option A is the right answer. So students, here we have to solve the given determinant, right? So this solution is in terms of a square and a, which is equal to 86, which is already given. Now, solve the quadratic equation by splitting the middle term, or you can use the formula. So a is equal to minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. This formula can also be used, right? By substituting the coefficients, right? We can find the value of a. Therefore, for the given question, option A is the right answer. Question 18. If the vertices of a triangle are minus 2, 6, 3, minus 6 and 1, 5, then the area of the triangle is. So we'll consider x1, x2, x3, right? So be the 3x coordinates of the vertices of a triangle. So x1 is minus 2, x2 is plus 3, x3 is 1. Whereas y1 is 6, y2 is minus 6 and y3 is plus 5, right? So if you consider this as a triangle, so x1, y1, x2, y2 and x3, y3 are the three vertices of a triangle. then its area becomes, so area is equal to half of determinant, right? So x1 minus x2 will be the first element. So x1 minus x3. Then in the second row, we have y1 minus y2, y1 minus y3 will be the area of the triangle, right? We'll substitute the values. So half of determinant x1 minus x2. x1 is minus 2 minus 3. x2 is minus 3. And the second element will be x1. What's the value of x1? Minus 2. x3 is minus 5. Sorry, minus 1. x3 is minus 1. So here y1 minus y2. y1 is 6 minus y2 means minus of minus 6, which is plus 6. And y1 again 6 minus 5. y1 minus y3. Therefore, half of determinant minus 5 minus 3, 12, 1. So which is equal to half of. So take the product of first element and the last element. So since it is a 2 by 2, so 5 into 1 is, sorry, minus 5 into 1 is minus 5, right? Minus of 12 into minus 3. So minus 36. Minus of minus 36 is plus 36. So half of 36 minus 5 is 31. Therefore, it is 15.5 square units. Square units is area of the triangle, right? 15.5. Option C is the right answer. Question 19. Domain of cos inverse x is where this box denotes the greatest integer function. To solve this, students, let us consider the graph of cosine function, right? So here, so cos inverse of x ranges from minus 1 to plus 1. We all know that. So we'll consider the origin like this and the negative values to positive values of angles, different angles. The graph you will get like this, right? So the domain ranges from minus 1 to plus 1, right? So the cosine function or so the cosine angles value ranges from minus 1 to plus 1. According to the given four options, right? So in option A, so here it ranges from minus 1 to 2, right? Here it is the closed interval, right? So 2 means included 2. So according to the nature of cosine function, 2 is not included, right? 2 cannot be the greatest integer, right, of the value of the cos inverse. Therefore, option A is not the right answer, right? So here, so the value of x should be within this range, minus 1 to plus 1. Right? Here x belongs to minus 1 to plus 1 in an open interval, right? So here the first function, sorry, the first answer cannot be possible. Whereas in the second answer, here minus 1 and 2, right? So here minus 1 and 2, both the values are included here, right? Both the values are included in option B, so which cannot be possible since it is a complete closed interval, right? So whereas in option C, minus 1 is excluded, right? And of course 2 is excluded here. So minus 1 is also excluded, right? So cosine inverse function so includes minus 1 value, right? Therefore, so option C cannot be possible. Whereas in option D, here minus 1 is included. So since it is a closed interval, minus 1 is included here. So value of the cosine function, so which can be minus 1 also, since it is a closed interval, whereas 2 is excluded. It is an open interval, right? 2 is excluded. So excluded means it can be 1.999 something, right? So box of 1.99, if value of x is 1.11, 1.999 something, so box of 1.99 is equal to 1. Therefore, so we can take the values from -1 to 1.99999, right? So only thing is you should not take the value of 2 because 2 is not included in cosine function. The domain so can be -1 to +1, right? Here +1 is nothing but it can be box of 1.999, right? Hence, option D is the right answer, right? Domain of cos inverse x is so -1 to 2. So open interval 2. Here -1 should be included, hence it is a closed interval. Hence option D is the right answer. Question 20. If y is equal to 1 plus x square into tan inverse x minus x, then dy by dx is. So very easy question. So we'll directly take dy by dx. So derivative of y is. So product of two terms. So 1 plus x square into d by dx of tan inverse x, right? Tan inverse x plus tan inverse x into d by dx of 1 plus x squared, right? So minus, so d by dx of the last term which is x. So d by dx of x is 1, right? So here 1 plus x squared into d by dx of tan inverse x is always 1 by 1 plus x squared, right? So plus tan inverse x into, so d by dx of sum of two terms is nothing but d by dx of first term plus d by dx of second term. Very easy. So here d by dx of first term is 0 because first term is a constant. Therefore, so 0 plus d by dx of x square is 2x into d by dx of x. So which is 1. 2x into 1 minus last term is 1. D by dx of x is 1. Therefore, here 1 plus x square and 1 plus x square will get cancelled. We have 1 plus tan inverse x into 2x minus 1. Here plus 1 minus 1 will get cancelled. We have 2x into tan inverse x. 2x into tan inverse x as the final answer. Therefore, dy by dx is option A. 2x into tan inverse x. Students, if you want to practice such questions, please visit our website www.examsnet.com. You can also download our app. The link is given in the description box. Question 21. If x is equal to e raised to theta into sine theta, y is equal to e raised to theta into cos theta, where theta is a parameter, then dy by dx at 1, 1 is equal to. So at 1, 1 means when the value of x is 1 and also y is equal to 1. So what is the value of dy by dx, right? So students will consider dy by dx. This can be written as dy by d theta. With respect to theta we are writing, right? Dy by d theta divided by dx by d theta. Let us find dy by d theta and dx by d theta separately, right? So these values depend on the value of theta, right? So let us find value of theta by taking x is equal to e raised to theta into sine theta, right? Here the question is to find dy by dx at 1, 1. Therefore, we can equate x to 1 and y is equal to e raised to theta into cos theta. So y is also equal to 1. When value of x is equal to 1, y is also equal to 1. Then what is the value of dy by dx, right? So here, let us find value of theta, right? Because at the end, we are going to find dy by dx, the whole value. For that, we need value of theta. So we'll consider x by y so that we can delete e raised to theta, right? So into sine theta by e raised to theta into cos theta so that we can delete e raised to theta and e raised to theta. So we have tan theta where x by y is equal to 1. 1 is equal to tan theta. Therefore, value of theta is pi by 4 because tan pi by 4 or tan 45 is 1, right? So tan pi by 4 or tan 45 degree is 1. So theta is equal to pi by 4. Let us find dy by d theta and dx by d theta separately, right? So dy by d theta becomes, here y is e raised to theta into cos theta, right? So e raised to theta, so we'll consider e raised to theta as constant, into d by d theta of cos theta, so which is minus sin theta, plus cos theta into d by d theta of e raised to theta is e raised to theta itself, right? Divided by, sorry, not divided by. So here dy by d theta by dx by d theta. So we'll consider dx by d theta separately. So consider x, which is e raised to theta into sin theta. So e raised to theta into d by d theta of sin theta is cos theta, plus sin theta, we'll consider sin theta is constant, into d by d theta of e raised to theta is e raised to theta. Therefore, dy by dx. dy by dx is, yes, dy by d theta. So in this dy by d theta value, we'll take e raised to theta as common, into cos theta minus sin theta, divided by, right, divided by dx by d theta. So in that, we'll take e raised to theta as common, and the remaining term is cos theta plus sin theta. Therefore, we have cos theta minus sin theta by cos theta plus sin theta, right? Since we can cancel e raised to theta. So here value of theta is pi by 4. So we have cos pi by 4 minus sin pi by 4 divided by cos pi by 4 plus sin pi by 4. Right? Cos pi by 4 is 1 by root 2 minus sin pi by 4 is also 1 by root 2 divided by cos pi by 4 plus sin pi by 4. So 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 2. So we have 0 in the numerator. Therefore, the whole value becomes 0, right? Otherwise, another step is you can multiply and divide by inverse of cos pi by 4 plus sin pi by 4, which is, we'll consider another method, right? So next step to the previous step. So cos pi by 4, or later you can substitute the value of theta, cos theta minus sin theta divided by cos theta plus sin theta. When it is multiplied and divided by cos theta minus sin theta, right? Cos theta minus sin theta. So numerator becomes, so a minus b whole square. So a square, which is cos square theta, plus sin square theta plus b square minus 2ab. So 2 cos theta sin theta by, so denominator is in the form of a plus b into a minus b, which is cos square theta, a square minus b square, cos square theta minus sin square theta. Here, cos square theta plus sin square theta is 1. 1 minus 2 cos theta sin theta is sin 2 theta, right? Divided by cos square theta minus sin square theta is cos 2 theta. So now substitute the value of theta. So which is pi by 4. 1 minus sin 2 theta is, so 2 into pi by 4 is pi by 2, sin pi by 2, divided by, so cos of 2 into pi by 4 is pi by 2, right? Here sin pi by 2 is 1. So it becomes 1 minus 1. Cos pi by 2 is 0. Cos 90 is 0, right? So we have 0 as the final answer, right? So first method is directly substitute the value of theta is pi by 4 once you get cos theta minus sin theta by cos theta plus sin theta, right? So, or you can still simplify it, right? So at the end, you can substitute the value of theta as pi by 4. You will get 0 as the final answer. Hence, option A, right? Option A is the right answer. Question 22. If y is equal to e raised to root of x into root of x into root of x, here this continues. There is a small change in the question. Yes. So this pattern continues inside the square root. Where x is greater than 1, then d square y by dx square at x is equal to log 3 to the base e is. So students, so we'll consider y is equal to, so e to the power of square root of x. So here we'll consider first square root of x, right? So we'll consider that x as x raised to 1 by 2. Square root of x is nothing but x raised to 1 by 2 into, we'll consider second square root of x. Second square root of x is nothing but square root of x into square root of x, right? So which is nothing but x to the power of 1 by 4, right? So third x we'll consider. Third x which is inside the square root, which is nothing but, so x to the power of 1 by 2 into 1 by 2 into 1 by 2. So which is third square root of x. So which is nothing but x to the power of 1 by 2 into 1 by 2. So here 1 by 2 is first square root into second square root into third square root. So which is nothing but 1 by 8, x to the power of 1 by 8. And the next term will be x to the power of 1 by 16. And it continues, where x is greater than 1, right? Therefore, we can write this term as e to the power of x raised to, so I'll consider x raised to 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8 plus 1 by 16, and it continues, right? Since we are using the formula of a raised to m into a raised to n as a raised to m plus n, right? Therefore, so here it goes, e raised to x, so to the power of. So in that, I'll take 1 by 2 as common, right? So the remaining term becomes 1 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 8, and it continues, right? So after taking 1 by 2 as common, the remaining term is nothing but a geometric progression, which has a common ratio of 1 by 2, right? Where the terms are added, we'll consider the sum of the terms, right? Here, so there are infinite terms, right? There are infinite terms of up to infinity, right? Therefore, so we'll consider sum of infinite terms in a geometric progression. So sum of infinite terms in a geometric progression, so is equal to, so which is nothing but S infinity. S infinity is A divided by 1 minus R. Here A is the first term. So in this progression, which is 1 divided by 1 minus, here the common ratio is half, 1 by 2. Therefore, so 1 minus 1 by 2 is half only. 1 by half is 2. So sum of infinite terms, S infinity is 2 here. Therefore, the given term becomes e raised to x raised to 1 by 2 into, so this is the geometric progression. So sum of its terms is equal to 2, right? So 1 by 2 into 2 is 1. Therefore, e raised to x raised to 1, which is nothing but e raised to x. Therefore, value of y is e raised to x. So what is the question asked here? To find d square y by dx square, right? The second derivative. So let us find dy by dx. So derivative of e raised to x is, d by dx of e raised to x is e raised to x only. And d square y by, the second derivative is also e raised to x, right? D by dx of e raised to x, and its derivative is also e raised to x. Here the question is, at x is equal to log 3 to the base e, right? So in place of x, we are writing log 3. E raised to x means, so log 3 to the base e, right? So since the base is e, right? E raised to log 3 to the base e is the number 3 itself, right? Therefore, d square y by dx square becomes 3, the number 3, because of the base, which is 3, right? Therefore, look at the options. Option A is the right answer. Question 23. if f of 1 is equal to 1, f dash 1 is equal to 3, then the derivative of f of x plus f of x the whole square at x is equal to 1 is. Very simple question. We have to find the derivative of the given expression, right? That means d by dx of the full expression, which is f of x, right? Right? Plus f of x the whole square. Derivative of this, right? So derivative of sum of two terms is, so derivative of first term plus derivative of second term, right? Therefore, it is d by dx of first term is f of, right? F of x plus derivative of d by dx of f of x the whole square. Right? So derivative of f, that means a function is equal to f dash of, so if you consider this as a whole term, this part f of x as the whole term, so derivative becomes f dash of f of x, right? So f of x, f dash of f of x into, so here are three terms, right? So f of x one term, then f of x one term, and the inside term f of x is the third term. Therefore, it becomes, so f dash f of x, right? Into f dash f of x, right? Into f dash of x, right? So this becomes derivative of the first term plus derivative of second term. So it is 2 times f of x into f dash x, right? 2 times f of x into, because derivative of d by dx of x square is 2x into d by dx of x, which is 1, right? Similarly, d by dx of f of x the whole square is 2 times. Since f of x is nothing but, if you consider x as f of x, it becomes 2 times f of x into d by dx of f of x is f dash x, right? Therefore, here at x is equal to 1, substitute the value of x as 1, right? So the derivative becomes f dash of f of f of 1. In place of x, we are writing 1 into f dash of f of 1 into f dash 1 plus 2 times f of 1 into f dash x is f dash 1, right? Here f of 1 is equal to 1, f dash 1 is 3. Substitute the values. So here f dash of f of 1 is equal to 1, right? So substitute the value of f of 1 as 1 here into f dash of 1 is again 1 into f dash 1 is 3, right? Into 3 plus 2 times f of 1 is 1 into f dash 1 is 3. Right? Again, we'll substitute the values of f dash 1 and f of 1. Since f of 1 is 1, f dash 1 is 3. So, f of 1 is 1, it becomes f dash 1 into f dash 1 is 3 into 3 plus 2 into 3 is 6. Therefore, f dash 1 is again 3, 3 into 3 into 3 plus 6. Right? 27 plus 6 is 33. Right? So 33 is the final answer. Therefore, option C. Question 24. If y is equal to x raised to sin x plus sin x raised to x, then dy by dx at x is equal to pi by 2. So students will consider dy by dx, derivative of the given function. Right? Here x is raised to a power, so which is sin x, right? And here sin x is raised to the power, which is x, right? Therefore, so the derivative becomes d by dx of, so x raised to sin x plus sin raised to x, right? So d by sum of two functions and its derivative is d by dx of x raised to sine x plus d by dx of sine x raised to x, right? Sine x raised to x. So which is equal to, so first derivative, for derivative of the first function becomes x raised to sine x, right? Into d by dx of sine x into log of the base. Base is x here, right? Log of x, right? So d by dx of sine x into log x plus derivative of the second term. So it is, so the second term itself sine x raised to x into d by dx of, so power which is x into log of the base is sine x, log of sine x, right? This is how you have to take the derivatives, right? Now simplify it. So x raised to sine x. So d by dx of, so two terms, right? Product of two terms. So sine x into log x, which is sine x into d by dx of log x is 1 by x plus log x into d by dx of sine x is cos x. Plus second term is sine x raised to x into d by dx of x log sine x. So we'll consider x as constant first. X into d by dx of log of sine x is 1 by sine x. Log of x is 1 by x. Therefore, log of sine x is 1 by sine x into d by dx of sine x, which is cos x, into cos x. Plus, so we'll consider log of sine x as constant, right? So log of sine x into d by dx of x, which is 1, right? Therefore, so directly you can simplify it. So otherwise we'll take one more step. X raised to sine x into sine x by x plus log x into cos x plus sine x raised to x into, so here x into cos x by sin x, which becomes x into cot x. Cos by sin is cot plus log of sin x. Log sin x. Right? Now you can substitute the value of x. Here x is equal to pi by 2. Right? Therefore dy by dx. Dy by dx becomes at x is equal to pi by 2 is equal to, so in every place, right? So x is equal to pi by 2. Therefore, x raised to sine x becomes pi by 2 raised to sine pi by 2 is 1, right? Into sine x by x. So sine pi by 2 is 1. 1 by x is also pi by 2. 1 by pi by 2 plus, right? Log x, log pi by 2, that is log 90 into cos x. Cos x is 0, right? Cos pi by 2, cos 90 degrees is always 0, plus sin x, sin pi by 2, which is 1 raised to pi by 2, right? The second term into x cot, right? X is pi by 2 into cot raised to x. So, sorry, cot x raised to x. Is it cot x raised to x? So 1 minute. So x into cot x. It's only cot x. Sorry. X into pi by 2 into cot 90. Cot pi by 2. Right? So plus log sin x. So log sin pi by 2 is 1. Right? Simple calculation. Here pi by 2 into. So here first term is 1 by pi by 2 is 2 by pi plus log pi by 2 into 0. So any number when it is multiplied by 0, you will get 0 plus 1 into pi by 2 into cot pi by 2. So pi by 2 into cot pi by 2 is 0 plus log 1. Last term is log 1, which is also 0. Right? Therefore, so at the end we have pi by 2 into 2 by pi. And the remaining terms are 0. So pi by 2 into 2 by pi is 1. Right? Therefore, dy by dx at x is equal to 1, sorry, pi by 2, not 1, at x is equal to pi by 2 is 1. Hence, option B is the right answer. Question 25. If AN is a matrix, so 1 minus n, n, and 1 minus n, then A1 plus A2 plus A3, so on up to A 2021, right? So here we have a series, right? So let us find the value of AN, right? AN means nth term, right? So here AN, so value of the matrix AN is, so consider the product of the diagonal, so which is 1 minus n the whole square minus the second diagonal, which is n square. Therefore, it is, so 1 plus n square minus 2n. So which is in the form of, the first term is in the form of a minus b whole square, right? So minus the last term is n square. So here we can cancel n square and n square. So an is 1 minus 2n, right? An is the nth term here. Here the given progression, so which is nothing but a1 plus a2, so which has n terms, right? N terms means 2021 terms. There are 2021 terms, right? Therefore, an. So what is the last term we need to find? Here the question is sum of 2021 terms, right? So first we have to decide, the given series is in arithmetic progression or geometric progression, right? For that we need the values of first term, second term, third term, right? So here A1 is, so 1 minus 2 into 1 is minus 1. A2 is, so 1 minus 4, which is minus 3. A3 is third term, 1 minus 2 into 3 is 6, which is minus 5. A4 is 1 minus 8, which is minus 7. Therefore, so A1 plus A2, so mod of A1 plus A2 plus A3, so on up to A 2021 is equal to, so A1 is minus 1 plus A2 is minus 3 plus A3 is minus 5, A4 is minus 7, so on up to, so A 2021. We'll consider A 2021 also, right? Which is nothing but AN, right? AN 2021 as 1 minus 2 times 2021, right? Which is 1 minus 4042. So A 2021 is, so minus 4041, right? Minus 4041. So the last term is minus 4041. So sum of these terms. So here students, we have a common difference, right? So common difference D is equal to, so difference between consecutive terms, right? Which is minus 2. And the first term A is equal to minus 1. And the last term AN. So we no need to write the last term, because we are going to find the sum of the terms in the given progression. Since here is a common difference, so the given series is in arithmetic progression, right? So if there is a common difference, so the given series is arithmetic progression. If there is a common ratio, the series is called geometric progression, right? Therefore, so go for the formula, which is Sn is equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Sum of n terms in an arithmetic progression. Here, number of terms n is equal to, there are 2021 terms, right? 2021 by 2. So we'll write n is equal to 2021 into 2 times a is minus 1 plus n minus 1, 2021 minus 1 into d is common difference is minus 2, right? Therefore, 2021 by 2 into 2 into minus 1 is minus 2 plus 2021 minus 1 is 2020 into minus 2 is minus 4040. So we have 2021 by 2 into, so minus 2 minus 4040 is minus 4042, which is divisible by 2. So we have 2 into 2, 0, 2, 1. So minus of 2021. So we can take out minus 1 common, and the remaining term is plus 2021 square, right? Minus 1. So we have to take outside. So it is minus 2021 square, right? Or 2021 square with negative sign. Hence, option C is the right answer. Here, sum of n terms, right, in the given progression, which is nothing but arithmetic progression, is minus of 2021 square. Question 26. The function f of x is equal to log 1 plus x minus 2x by 2 plus x is increasing on which of the below mentioned intervals? Right? Consider the given function f of x is equal to log 1 plus x minus 2x by 2 plus x. Now consider f dash x, the derivative of the given function is equal to derivative of log 1 plus x is equal to 1 by 1 plus x minus second term, right? Second term is 2x by 2 plus x. Its derivative is denominator 2 plus x into derivative of the numerator, which is 2. 2 into dx by dx is 2. Therefore, it is 2 minus numerator, which is 2x into derivative of the denominator. So derivative of 2 is 0 since 2 is constant, plus dx by dx is 1. Therefore, it is 1. 2x into 1 divided by 2 plus x the whole square, square of the denominator. Right? Therefore, f dash x is 1 by 1 plus x minus. So the numerator becomes 4 plus 2x minus 2x by 2 plus x the whole square. Therefore, it is 1 by 1 plus x minus 4 by 2 plus x whole square. Right? Therefore, we can still simplify it, right? So by taking 1 plus x into 2 plus x whole square as the LCM, so numerator becomes 2 plus x whole square, which is 4 plus 4x plus x square, and the second term becomes minus 4 minus 4x. Therefore, at the end you will get, since 4 and minus 4 will get cancelled, plus 4x minus 4x will get cancelled. So x square by 1 plus x into 2 plus x the whole square, right? Which is in the form of p by q. And in the question it is given that, so f of x is increasing on. Therefore, f of x is greater than 0. F of x is greater than 0. Therefore, p by q is also greater than 0. Since numerator is a square number which is greater than 0, x square is greater than 0, right? So to get p by q greater than 0, denominator is also greater than 0, right? In the denominator, there are two terms, 2 plus x square, right? So square number, it is greater than 0. Therefore, the condition is 1 plus x should be greater than 0. Right? So the value depends on 1 plus x, which is in the denominator. It should be greater than 0. That means x must be greater than minus 1. Right? So x must be greater than minus 1. So that means the interval should be, so according to the given options, intervals should be minus 1 to infinity. So the given function is increasing on minus 1 to infinity in this interval. Right? Here the least value is minus 1. Here, according to our solution, x must be greater than minus 1. Therefore, the interval should be minus 1 to infinity. Right? So the given function f of x is increasing on minus 1 to infinity. Option B is the right answer. Question 27. The coordinates of the point on root x plus root y is equal to 6 at which the tangent is equally inclined the axis is. So here tangent is equally inclined the axis. That means x is equal to y. Right? We need to find the coordinates of the point. Here x is equal to y, then root x plus the given expression becomes root y is also root x because x is equal to y is equal to 6. Therefore, we can write 2 root x is equal to 6. Therefore, root x is 3 and x is equal to 3 square. Right? Therefore, 3 square is 9, which is also equal to y. Because tangent is equally inclined, therefore coordinates of the point are 9 and 9. X, y, which is 9 and 9. Right? Therefore, so x is equal to 9, y is equal to 9. Right? So tangent is equally inclined. Like this. Therefore, option B is the right answer. Question 28. The function f of x is equal to 4 sine cube x minus 6 sine square x plus 12 sine x plus 100 is strictly. So students, no need to take the derivative of the given function. Directly we have to substitute the value of x here, right? So in this particular range of angles, whether the function decreases or increases, that we have to decide, right? So here, according to option A, in the range minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So what will be the value of f of x, right? So separately we'll consider x as minus pi by 2, right? And x as pi by 2. For these values, f of x becomes. So here, so we know that sine of minus pi by 2, right? Sine of minus pi by 2 is always minus sine pi by 2 because sine minus theta is always minus sine theta. So minus sine pi by 2, which is minus 1, right? Whereas sine pi by 2 is plus 1. Right? Keeping this in our mind, f of x becomes. So here sine x is minus 1. Sine cube x also becomes minus 1. Into 4 becomes minus 4. Minus 6 into sine square x. Sine square x is minus 1 the whole square, which is plus 1. Into 6 is plus 6 with negative sign. Minus 6. Right? So plus 12 into sine x. So sine x is minus 1 here. Therefore, it becomes minus 12 plus 100. Therefore, we have minus 22 plus 100 is plus 78. F of x is 78 when x is minus pi by 2. So here when x is plus pi by 2. So f of x becomes, just substitute the value of sine x as 1. So sine cube x becomes 1 into 4 is 4. Minus 6 into sine square x is minus 6. Plus 12 into sine x. Since sine x is positive value, that is 1. So sine x is 1 into 12, which is 12 plus 100. Right? Therefore, we have, so 110. Sine pi by 2 is 110. Right? So here, in this range, minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, so the given function increases. It increases. Value of the function increases. According to option A, it is decreasing in this range, which is false. So option A is not the answer. Consider option B, right? So when x is pi, so sine pi is always 0, right? And the highest range is 3 pi by 2. X is 3 pi by 2. So sine 3 pi by 2 is nothing but minus sine pi by 2, which is minus 1. Right? So now substitute the values here, right? F of x becomes, here sine pi is 0, right? Therefore, 4 sine cube x becomes 0, minus 6 into sine square x becomes 0, plus 12 into sine x becomes 0. And lastly, we have a constant which is 100. Therefore, 0 minus 0 plus 0 plus 100. So f of x becomes 100 when x is equal to pi. And when x is equal to 3 pi by 2, f of x becomes, since sine 3 pi by 2 is minus 1. So as in the case of minus pi by 2, here also, so f of x becomes Yes, 78, right? So here 4 sine cube x becomes a minus 4. So minus 6 sine square x. So it becomes minus 6 minus 12 plus 100. So which is 78. Therefore, from 100 to 78, it is decreasing. So the function decreases in this second range, pi to 3 pi by 2. According to option B, it is increasing. Hence, option B is not the answer. Consider option C. Right? When x is 0, 2 pi by 2. So sine 0 is always 0. Whereas sine pi by 2 is 1. So f of x becomes. So depending on the function, so we have last 100 as the constant and the remaining terms become 0. Therefore, f of x becomes 100. Whereas when x is pi by 2, we had already calculated in the previous case. So when x is pi by 2, right? In the first case, option A, so x is pi by 2, f of x becomes 110. So 110. So here in this case, so within the range 0 to pi by 2, so f of x value increases. 0 to pi by 2, it increases. Therefore, according to option C, it is decreasing. Hence, option C is not the answer. Therefore, option D is the right answer. So, you can verify the answer. So, when x is pi by 2 and the highest range is pi, within this range, f of x, when x is pi by 2, then f of x is 110. So, we have already calculated it, this 110. When x is pi, f of x becomes 100, right? When x is pi, f of x is 100. Therefore, it decreases. In the range pi by 2 to pi, f of x decreases. Therefore, option D is the right answer. Decreasing in pi by 2 to pi range, right? Hence, option D. Question 29. If step x is the greatest integer function not greater than x, then integral of 0 to 8 step x dx is equal to. So let us consider integral of 0 to 8 step x dx is equal to. So summation of 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 7. Because the number 8 represent there should be 8 terms, right? So here 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7. So that there are 8 terms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 terms, right? Summation of all these numbers gives integral of 0 to 8 step x dx, right? So you will get 28. So 1 plus 2, 3 plus 3, 6 plus 4, 10 plus 5, 15 plus 6, 21 plus 7, 28, right? So 28 is the answer, option A. Question 30. Integral 0 to pi by 2 root sine theta cos cube theta d theta is equal to. So the given expression is integral 0 to pi by 2 root sine theta cos cube theta. I'll write cos cube theta as cos square theta into cos theta d theta is equal to. So consider sine theta is equal to t, right? So when sine theta is equal to t, so derivative of sine theta becomes cos theta into d theta by dt is equal to, so derivative of RHS dt by dt with respect to t here. Therefore, dt by dt is 1. Therefore, cos theta d theta is equal to dt. And if sine theta is t, sine square theta becomes t square, right? And cos square theta, right, is equal to 1 minus sine square theta. So which is nothing but 1 minus t square. And cos theta d theta is equal to dt. Substitute these values here. So here the limit is 0 to pi by 2, right? When the value of theta is 0, right? If theta is equal to 0, sine theta becomes sine 0 is equal to 0. If theta is equal to pi by 2, sine pi by 2 is 1, right? Therefore, the given expression can be written as integral 0 to 1 root sine theta is root t into cos square theta is 1 minus t square. 1 minus t square into cos theta d theta is nothing but dt. Right? Therefore, integral 0 to 1. So, root t into 1 is root t itself. So, we can write it as t raised to 1 by 2 minus root t into t square. So, which is t raised to 1 by 2 plus 2. So, which is t raised to 5 by 2 dt. So, which is nothing but the first term. So, integral 0 to 1 t raised to 1 by 2 dt is nothing but t raised to 1 by 2 plus 1 divided by 1 by 2 plus 1 minus second part. So, integral 0 to 1 t raised to 5 by 2 dt is nothing but t raised to 5 by 2 plus 1 divided by 5 by 2 plus 1, and the limits are 0 to 1. Now, so t raised to 1 by 2 plus 1 is t raised to 3 by 2 divided by 3 by 2 minus t raised to 5 by 2 plus 1 is t raised to 7 by 2 divided by 7 by 2 within the limits 0 to 1. Therefore, so the first term can be written as, so 2 by 3 t raised to 3 by 2. So here t is equal to 1, upper limit, right? So 1 raised to any number is 1 itself. Therefore, 2 by 3 into 1 minus t raised to 7 by 2. Again, 1 raised to 7 by 2. So 1 itself into, so 2 by 7. 2 by 7. Minus, so when the value of t is 0, 0 raised to any number 0 itself. So no need to write the remaining part here. Next term is also 0. Therefore, 2 by 3 minus 2 by 7. Here LCM is 21. So 3 into 7, therefore 2 into 7 is 14. And 7 into 3 is 21. Therefore 2 into 3 is 6. Which is nothing but 8 by 21 is the final answer. Right? So the value of the given expression is equal to 8 by 21. Option B. Question 31. If e raised to y plus xy is equal to e, the order pair dy by dx and d square by dx square at x is equal to 0 is equal to. Here the given expression is e raised to y plus xy is equal to e, where e is called Euler's number. Euler's number. So consider the differentiation of the given equation, right? E raised to y. So its differentiation becomes e raised to y into dy by dx, where x and y are variables, right? So plus, so differentiation of x into y, it becomes x into dy by dx plus y into dx by dx, it becomes 1, right? Is equal to, so the differentiation of RHS part is 0. Since e is a number, right? So it becomes 0. Therefore, we'll take dy by dx common in first two terms, dy by dx into e raised to y plus x. And the last term becomes plus y. So we'll take this y to the RHS part, it becomes minus y. Right? So here we need the value of dy by dx and d square by dx square. Right? So at x is equal to 0. Consider at x is equal to 0. So the given expression becomes, so e raised to y at x is equal to 0 plus x into y. So it becomes 0 into y. So it becomes 0 is equal to e. That means e raised to y is equal to e. Therefore, y is equal to 1. Powers are equal. Therefore, y is equal to 1. At x is equal to 0, y is equal to 1. Right? Substitute the values of x and y. Right? So, we'll consider this as equation 1. In equation 1 becomes, so dy by dx, we need the value of dy by dx, e raised to y becomes e raised to 1 plus x is equal to 0, right? Is equal to minus y becomes minus 1. Therefore, dy by dx is equal to, so minus 1. So e raised to 1 is e, it becomes e divided by e. right? Minus 1 by e is the value of dy by dx. Therefore, d square by dx, d square y by dx square, right? So minus 1 by e the whole square. So it becomes 1 by e square. Therefore, dy by dx and d square y by dx square is minus 1 by e and 1 by e square. Minus 1 by e and 1 by e square. Option D is the right answer. Question 32. Integral cos 2x minus cos 2 alpha divided by cos x minus cos alpha dx is equal to. So integral cos 2x is nothing but 2 cos square x minus 1. Right? Cos 2 theta is equal to 2 cos square theta minus 1. From that identity, so we'll write here cos 2 theta is equal to 2 cos square theta minus 1. Similarly, cos 2x is equal to 2 cos square x minus 1 minus of cos 2 alpha. So it is nothing but 2 cos square alpha minus 1 whole divided by cos x minus cos alpha dx is equal to, so 2 cos integral 2 cos square x minus 1 minus 2 cos square alpha plus 1 minus of minus divided by cos x minus cos alpha dx is equal to, here minus 1 plus 1 will get cancelled. So we'll take 2 common. So 2 integral cos square x minus cos square alpha divided by cos x minus cos alpha. Here numerator is in the form of a square minus b square. Right? So it is a plus b into a minus b. Therefore, 2 into integral, so cos x plus cos alpha into cos x minus cos alpha whole divided by cos x minus cos alpha. Here cos x minus cos alpha will get cancelled dx. Therefore, you will get 2 into cos x plus cos alpha dx. Right? Integral cos x dx is nothing but sin x. Right? This first part, cos x dx is sin x. Whereas the second part, here cos alpha is constant. Right? So here we'll take constant outside. Integral dx is nothing but x. So cos alpha into x. Right? Therefore, the final answer is 2 into sin x plus x cos alpha. So look at the options. 2 into sin x plus x cos alpha and a constant. So which is c plus c. Therefore, option C is the right answer. Right? Option C. Question 33. Integral 0 to 1 x e raised to x divided by 2 plus x the whole cube dx is equal to. We'll write integral 0 to 1. We'll write numerator x as x plus 2 minus 2. Because in the denominator we have x plus 2 or 2 plus x the whole cube. Right? So numerator is x plus 2 minus 2. There will not be any change in the value of the given integral. So 2 plus x the whole cube. E raised to x dx. Right? 0 to 1, integral 0 to 1. We'll take x plus 2 in the first part. X plus 2 divided by 2 plus x whole cube. So 1 plus x plus 2 whole square. Right? Because 1x plus 2 in the numerator and denominator will get cancelled. Right? Minus 2 by x plus 2 whole cube. E raised to x dx, which is in the form of integral 0 to 1 e raised to x f of x plus f dash x dx. Right? So this expression is in the form of integral 0 to 1 e raised to x into f of x plus f dash x is equal to e raised to x f of x plus c. From the identity, so e raised to x into f of x plus c. So let us express the given integral in the form of e raised to x f of x. Here f of x is 1 by x plus 2 whole square. Right? Here f of x is 1 by x plus 2 whole square. The derivative of f of x is nothing but f dash x. It is nothing but here x plus 2 to the power of minus 2. 1 by x plus 2 whole square means, right? So f dash x becomes minus 2 into x plus 2 raised to minus 2 minus 1, which is nothing but minus 2 by x plus 2 to the power of 3, right? Which is nothing but the second term, which is f dash x. So which is equal to e raised to x f of x plus c, right? So what is e raised to x? E raised to x will be as it is. So f of x means 1 by x plus 2 square plus c. Here within the limits 0 to 1, right? So here substitute the values here. First the upper limit, which is 1. So e raised to 1 into 1 by 1 plus 2 the whole square minus e raised to 0. So lower limit, e raised to x means e raised to 0 divided by 0 plus 2 the whole square, right? Which is nothing but e raised to 1. So e 1 by 3 square is 9 minus e raised to 0 is 1. 1 by, so 2 square is 4. Therefore, e into 1 by 9 minus 1 by 4 is the final answer. So, which is option D. So, e into 1 by 9 minus 1 by 4. Option D is the right answer. Question 34. If integral 1 by x plus 2 into x square plus 1 dx is equal to a log mod 1 plus x square plus b tan inverse x plus 1 by 5 log mod x plus 2 plus c, then the values of a and b, right? First, let us consider the LHS part. So this question is based on the decomposition of partial fractions, right? Let us consider the LHS part. LHS, so which is integral 1 by x plus 2 into x square plus 1. We'll focus on only the parts, that means parts of fractions without integrals, right? 1 by x plus 2 into x square plus 1, right? So decomposing the partial fractions, so which is a by x plus 2. Because in the denominator we have two terms. So one term has power 1, x has power 1, another term has power 2, right? Therefore, so a by x plus 2 plus bx plus c by x square plus 1, right? Now take the LCM of the denominators, x plus 2 into x square plus 1. Therefore, the numerator becomes ax square plus a plus bx square plus 2bx plus cx plus 2c plus 2c is equal to, so the LHS, can I write LHS in terms of x square and x, right? Here coefficient of x square is 0, 0 into x square plus 0 into x plus 1. And the denominator is as it is, x plus 2 into x square plus 1. So we can cancel the denominators and equate the numerators, right? So after equating, so how to equate? By clubbing all x square terms, x square into a plus b, club all x terms, x, the coefficient of x is 2b plus c. And the constants are a and 2c, a plus 2c is equal to 1, right? So or you can write it as 0 into x square plus 0 into x plus 1. Therefore, a plus b, coefficient of x square is a plus b is equal to 0, right? Whereas coefficient of x 2b plus c is also 0. And the constants are a plus 2c is equal to 1, right? If a plus b is 0, a becomes minus b. A becomes minus b. And 2b plus c is 0. So again express c in terms of b. So c is minus 2b. If a is minus b, c is minus 2b, a plus 2c becomes, a is minus b, so plus 2c, 2 into minus 2b is equal to 1. Therefore, minus 5b is 1. Value of b becomes minus 1 by 5. This is value of capital B, right? So if b is minus 1 by 5, a becomes minus of minus 1 by 5, which is plus 1 by 5. Whereas c becomes minus 2 into minus 1 by 5, which is 2 by 5 is the value of c. Now substitute the value of ABC, capital ABC. So to express the fraction, so in the decomposition of fractions, right? So I'll write here. So 1 by x plus 2 into x square plus 1 can be written as a by x plus 2. So here a is 1 by 5. So 1 by 5 by x plus 2 plus bx plus c. b is minus 1 by 5x plus c is 2 by 5 bx plus c divided by x square plus 1. Right? So now consider the integral part. So integral of these two. Right? So dx. Integral dx. LHS dx. Right? Now consider x square plus 1 as t. I'll consider here. So x square plus 1. Let x square plus 1 be t. So take the derivative of x square plus 1. It is 2x dx with respect to t. Right? 2x dx t plus derivative of 1 is 0. Derivative of t is 1. dt by dt is 1. Therefore, I can write 2x dx as dt. And x square plus 1 as t according to our assumption. Right? So here, in the first part, so consider the integral 1 by 5 x plus 2. So it is 1 by 5 log mod x plus 2. Right? And the second part becomes, which has again two parts in the numerator. Therefore, I can write the second term as, so minus 1 by 5 integral x by x square plus 1 dx. And the second term becomes 2 by 5 plus 2 by 5 integral 1 by x square plus 1 dx. Right? So the first term will be, so 1 by 5 log mod x plus 2. Right? So minus 1 by 5. Here integral x dx. So what is x dx by x square plus 1? Here x dx is dt by 2. Right? So x dx is dt by 2. And t is x square plus 1. So I can write minus 1 by 5 integral. So dt by 2 and x square plus 1. According to our assumption, it is 2t. Right? So minus, not minus, it is plus 2 by 5. So integral 1 by x square plus 1 dx is tan inverse x square plus 1. Right? So tan inverse x, not x square plus 1. So tan inverse x. Tan inverse x. Therefore, the second term, focus only on the second term. So 1 by 5 log mod x plus 2. Right? Integral dt by 2t. So, or you can take out 2. Right? It becomes minus 1 by 10. So integral dt by t, it is nothing but log mod t. So here t is nothing but x square plus 1. So I can write it as x square plus 1. Log mod x square plus 1 plus 2 by 5 tan inverse x. Tan inverse x. Right? So look at the given question here. LHS is equal to RHS. So log mod 1 plus x square. So a into log mod 1 plus x square. So log mod 1 plus x square, right? We can equate a to minus 1 by 10, right? So a is minus 1 by 10, whereas b is, so b tan inverse x. So tan inverse x into 2 by 5. Therefore, b is 2 by 5, right? A is minus 1 by 10, b is 2 by 5. So option A is minus 1 by 10, b is 2 by 5. Right? Therefore, option A is the right answer. First, we need to decompose the partial fractions. Since denominator has two terms, so one has power 1, another has power 2. Therefore, we have to write it in the form of a by x plus 2 into bx plus c. Then find the values of a, b and c, capital A, b and c. Substitute the values, right, by taking the integrals of the given expression. We can easily find the values of a, b and c, right? Only thing is we need to express the values of the given integrals in the form of the given RHS, right? Therefore, easily we can equate and find the values of A, B and C. Therefore, option A is the right answer. Question 35. Area of the region bounded by the curve y is equal to tan x. The x-axis and the line x is equal to pi by 3 is. So here let us consider a curve y is equal to tan x. So here tan x curve will be like this. It is always like this, right? So y is equal to tan x. And the x-axis and the line x is equal to pi by 3. Here tan x so lies between 0 to pi by 2, right? Right? So here we need only pi by 3. Up to pi by 3 we need the value. So area of the region bounded by the curve. This area bounded by the curve. For that, let us consider integral 0 to pi by 3. Right? Tan x dx. Tan x dx is equal to. So which is the area of the region bounded by the curve. Y is equal to tan x x-axis and the line x is equal to pi by 3, right? So which is integral 0 to pi by 3 tan x dx is equal to. So log secant x, it is nothing but log secant x and the limits are 0 to pi by 3. So which is nothing but log secant x, x is nothing but pi by 3 minus another value is 0 for x, right? Log secant 0. Right? So log secant pi by 3 is 2, right? Minus log secant 0 is 1. Since log 1 is also 0, right? Therefore, we'll get log 2 as the final answer, right? So log 2 is the area of the region bounded by the curve y is equal to tan x, this area, right? So option C is the right answer. Question 36. Evaluate integral 2 to 3 x square dx as the limit of a sum. So directly you can write the answer integral 2 to 3 x square dx as, so here x cube by 3 is the integral of x square dx and the limits are 2 to 3, right? 2 to 3, it's very easy. So substitute the values of x as 3 and 2, right? So 3 cube by 3 minus 2 cube by 3. Because the limits are 2 to 3, right? So 3 cube is 27 by 3 minus 2 cube is 8 by 3. Therefore, we'll get 19 by 3 as the final answer, right? Therefore, option D is the right answer. Question 37. Integral 0 to pi by 2 cos x sin x by 1 plus sin x dx is equal to. Consider sin x as t. Sin x as t. Right? So take the derivative of sin x. So it becomes cos x. Dx with respect to t, it is dx by dt is equal to. So derivative of RHS is dt with respect to t. dt by dt is 1. Therefore, we can write cos x dx is equal to dt. So, and the limits are 0 to pi by 2 according to the expression. When x is 0, sin x becomes sin 0, which is 0. When x is pi by 2, sin pi by 2 becomes 1. Sin 90 is 1. Therefore, the limits are 0 to 1. And the expression becomes cos x dx is dt and the sin x is t. So, we'll write t by 1 plus sin x becomes 1 plus t dt, which is equal to. So, I'll write t as, so the limits are 0 to 1. So, t as t plus 1 minus 1 by 1 plus t dt is equal to 0 to 1. So, t plus 1 by 1 plus t is 1 minus 1 by 1 plus t dt. Right? So, integral 0 to 1, 1 into dt is t minus integral 0 to 1, 1 by 1 plus t. So, the second part, dt is log 1 plus t. Log 1 plus t and the limits are between 0 to 1. Now, substitute the values of t, right? So, first consider 1, t as 1. So, it becomes 1 minus log of 1 plus t becomes 1 plus 1 minus second part becomes, this is the first part. So, substitute the value of t as 0, right? So, the lower limit. So, t becomes 0 minus log of 1 plus 0. Here t is 0, which is equal to 1 minus log 2. And the second part becomes 0 minus log 1. Log 1 is 0. So minus of minus plus log 1, which is plus 0, right? Therefore, the final answer is 1 minus log 2. Right? Look at the options. 1 minus log 2, option D. Question 38. If dy by dx plus y by x is equal to x square, then so 2y when x is equal to 2 minus y when x is equal to 1 is equal to. So before going to the solution, let us consider the given differential equation. We'll rearrange this, right? So rearranging. This question is based on integration. So on rearranging LHS and RHS, here we'll take LCM. So x into dx is LCM in the left hand side part. So the numerator becomes x into dy plus y into dx is equal to x square. We'll take this x in the denominator to the right hand side part. So equation becomes x into dy by dx plus y into dx by dx, right? So taking x to the right hand side, it becomes x cube, right? So here, this equation, it's not equation, this expression in the left hand side is nothing but d by dx of x into y, right? Is equal to x cube. So on integrating, so it becomes integral d by dx of x into y is equal to integral x cube. Right? So integration of d by dx of any function is that function itself. Therefore, it is x into y is equal to integration of x cube is x raised to 4 by 4 plus a constant c. Right? Here the question is 2y when x is 2. So here at x is equal to 2. So this equation 1 becomes, so 1 becomes at x is 2, substitute the value of x as 2, it becomes 2y at x is 2 is equal to, so x raised to 4 is 2 raised to 4, which is 16 by 4 plus a constant. So at x is equal to 1, equation 1 becomes, so 1 into y, which is y at x is equal to 1 is equal to 1 by 4 plus c, right? So here the question is 2y at x is 2 minus y at x is 1, right? Therefore, 2y at x is 2 minus y at x is 1 is equal to 16 by 4 plus c minus 1 by 4. So minus of plus becomes minus c. So it becomes 15 by 4, right? So value is 15 by 4. Option C is the right answer. Question 39. The solution of the differential equation dy by dx is equal to x plus y the whole square. So students, let us consider x plus y as z, right? X plus y as z. Then dy by dx becomes z square. Z square, right? So if x plus y is equal to z, so differentiating this, right? So dx by dx becomes, so dx by dx plus dy by dx becomes dz by dx, right? Dx by dx is 1. 1 plus dy by dx is z square, right? So, or x plus y square, right? So, dy by dx is z square is equal to dz by dx, right? So, let us integrate this. So, integrating on both sides. So, integration of, so, or we'll club similar terms here, right? So, before integrating, so dx becomes a dz by 1 plus z square, right? So, now integration of dx is equal to integration of dz by 1 plus z square. Integration of dx is x plus a constant c, right? Is equal to, so integration of 1 by 1 plus z square with respect to z is always tan inverse z, right? So integration of 1 by 1 plus x square is tan inverse x. Here it is z, so tan inverse z plus, right? a constant, so we just leave that, tan inverse z. But z is x plus y, right? So tan inverse x plus y, according to our assumption. So x plus y is z, so tan inverse x plus y is x plus c, right? Therefore, so option A is the right answer. Tan inverse x plus y is x plus a constant. Option A is the right answer. Question number 40. If y of x be the solution of differential equation x log x into dy by dx plus y is equal to 2x log x, then y of e is equal to. So we'll write the given differential equation x log x into dy by dx plus y is equal to 2x log x, right? So students, let us express the given equation in the form of dy by dx plus py is equal to q, right? For that, we have to divide the given equation by x log x, right? So when it is divided by x log x, the equation becomes, consider this as equation 1, equation becomes, so dy by dx plus y by x log x, right? Because it is divided by x log x, right? Y by or 1 by x log x into y is equal to 2x log x by x log x is 2, which is in the form of dy by dx plus py is equal to x in this form, right? Here, value of p is 1 by x log x and q is equal to 2, right? Therefore, integrating factor, right? Integrating factor IF becomes, the formula says integrating factor is e raised to, so integral p dx, right? So e raised to integral value of p is 1 by x log x dx, right? To solve this, let us assume log x as, so let log x as t, then we'll differentiate this. So d by dx of log x is, so we'll consider d by dx of log x, right? So it becomes 1 by x with respect to x, right? So 1 by x, so dt, right? So on differentiating, so 1 by x with respect to x, 1 by x dx is equal to dt, right? So in place of 1 by x dx, we'll write dt and log x as t. Therefore, integrating factor becomes e raised to, so integral 1 by x dx. In this part, we'll write dt, right? dt divided by log x. So we have assumed it as t, right? Therefore, e raised to, so integral 1 by t with respect to t is log t, right? So here t is log x, so it becomes log of log x. Log of t becomes log of log x. So e raised to log x is log x itself. Therefore, so integrating factor is log x, right? So we'll write the general solution. Therefore, general solution becomes, right? So y into, so we'll write the general solution. So y into integrating factor is equal to, so integral q into integrating factor, right? So dx plus c, right? Therefore, y into integrating factor. So what is integrating factor? Log x, right? So y into log x is equal to, so integral, what is q? So 2, q is 2, integrating factor is log x with respect to x plus c, right? So here we'll take out 2. So 2 into integral log x, we'll write log x as log x into 1 dx plus c, right? So here integral, so integration of the product of two terms. So which is the formula says, so log x into 1 with respect to x. So log x into integral 1 dx minus integration of 1 dx, right? Integration of 1 dx into derivative of log x plus c, right? Therefore, so we'll write general solution here. General solution is equal to, so here the LHS part is y into log x is equal to 2 into log x into integration 1 dx is x minus, so integration of 1 dx is x into, so d by dx of log x is 1 by x, right? Plus c. Here x and x will get cancelled. Here this is with respect to x. Integration of this term. So integration of 1 dx into derivative of log x with respect to x. Therefore, it is integration of 1 with respect to x. Therefore, y into log x is equal to, so 2 into x log x or log x into x. So minus integration of x with 1 with respect to x is x plus c, right? So here the question is to find y of e. So in place of x, we are going to substitute the value of, substitute e, right? Right? So for that, we need value of c, right? So to find c, so let us put value of x as 1, right? So here y log 1. So y log 1 becomes y log 1 is 0. It becomes 0. So 2 into, so x log x. So 1 into log 1 minus 1 plus c, right? Here log 1 is 0. So LHS becomes 0 is equal to 2 into, so 1 log 1 becomes 0 minus 1 plus c, right? Therefore, so 0 is equal to minus 2 plus c. Therefore, value of c is 2. Value of c is 2. Now, y of e. So, we'll consider this as equation 2, right? Therefore, equation 2 becomes, right? For x is equal to e. That means y of e becomes, right? So, y log x becomes, LHS becomes y into log e is equal to, right? So right hand side, 2 into x log x. So it becomes 2 into e log e, right? Minus x is minus e, plus c is 2, right? Here we know that log e is 1, right? Therefore it becomes y into 1 is equal to, so 2 into, so 1 into 1 e, right? So e into 1 minus, not 1 into 1, e into 1 minus e, which is 0 plus 2, right? So this whole term becomes 0. So 2 into 0 plus 2. Therefore, value of y is equal to 2, right? Therefore, so y of e is equal to 2, right? So here the option B is the right answer, right? So y of e is equal to 2. Option B is the right answer. Students, if you want to practice all the questions from this paper, please visit our website www.examsnet.com. You can also download our app. The link is given in the description box. Question 41. If mod of vector A is 2, mod of vector B is 3, and the angle between vector A and B is 120 degree, then the length of the vector, so mod of vector A by 2 minus mod vector B by 3, the whole square is. Consider mod of vector A by 2 minus vector B by 3 whole square, which is in the form of A minus B whole square, right? So which is A square a square plus b square minus 2ab. 2ab is a minus b whole square, right? So by taking this identity, so a square is, so mod of, say, vector a by 2 whole square, right? So mod of vector a by 2 whole square plus mod of vector b by 2 whole square, b by 3 whole square minus 2 times, so mod of, here it is dot product of two vectors, right? It is vector a by 2 dot vector b by 3, right? Therefore here, so mod vector a square, so where mod of vector a is 2, so it is 4. Mod of vector a square is 4 by 2 square, it is again 4, plus mod of vector b square, with mod of vector b is 3, 3 square is 9, by 3 square is again 9, minus 2 into, so here 2 into 3 is 6, right? 2 by 6 into dot product of vector a and b. And the angle between two vectors a and b is given, right? So here, cosine of the angle between two vectors, I'll write 120 as 180 minus 60. Cosine of the angle between two vectors is dot product of two vectors divided by the product of their magnitudes. So mod of vector A into mod of vector B. Whereas cosine of 180 minus 60 is minus cos 60, which is equal to dot product of two vectors divided by product of their magnitude. So product of their magnitude is 2 into 3, right? Mod A into mod B is 2 into 3. Whereas cosine 60 is 1 by 2, so it becomes minus 1 by 2. So when 2 by 3, 6 goes to LHS part, it becomes the numerator part. So which is equal to vector A dot vector B. So which is nothing but minus 3, right? Vector A dot vector B is minus 3. Therefore, substitute this value here, right? So 4 by 4 is 1, 9 by 9 is 1, minus of. So here vector A dot B is minus 3. So minus 3 by 6, right? 3 into 2 and minus of minus becomes plus. So you will get 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is equal to 3. Right? Therefore, the answer is option C, right? So the length of the vector, so vector A by 2 minus vector B by 3 whole square is equal to 3. Question 42. If mod of vector A cross B plus mod of vector A dot B whole square is 36 and mod of vector A is 3, then mod of vector B is equal to. There is a small correction in the question part. Here, the first part should be mod of vector A cross B whole square plus mod of vector A dot B whole square is 36, right? Let us express the first part and second part. So vector A cross B and vector A dot B in terms of angles. We know that sine of an angle, so we'll consider it as sine theta is equal to, so product of, so which is cross product of two vectors divided by product of their magnitude, right? Mod of vector A into mod of vector B. Right? Sine theta is equal to cross product of two vectors, vector A into vector B, divided by product of the magnitude of two vectors. Whereas cos theta is equal to dot product of two vectors, A dot B, vector A dot vector B, divided by magnitude of, so the product of magnitude of two vectors. Right? So therefore, we'll express A cross B, vector A cross B the whole square, right? So vector A cross vector B can be written as sine theta into mod of vector A into mod of vector B. Whereas cross dot product of two vectors, A dot B, vector A dot vector B is equal to cos theta into mod of vector A into mod of vector B, right? Therefore, LHS can be written as, so mod of vector A cross B whole square, right? So sine theta into mod of vector A into mod of vector B whole square plus, so A dot B whole square. So mod of A dot B whole square, so which is cos theta into mod of vector A into mod of vector b whole square, right? Therefore, we can take out mod of vector a whole square into mod of vector b whole square as common, and the remaining terms is, so sine square theta plus cos square theta. Given that LHS is equal to 36, we can equate this to 36, right? Therefore, so mod of vector a square into vector b square into sine square theta plus cos square theta is 1 into 1 is 36. But mod of vector a is 3. So we can write it as 3 square, right? Into mod of vector b square is 36. 3 square is 9. Therefore, mod of vector b square is 36 by 9, which is 4. Therefore, mod of vector b is equal to root of 4, which is 2, right? Therefore, mod of vector b is equal to 2. Option D. Question 43. If vector alpha is equal to I cap minus 3j cap, vector beta is equal to I cap plus 2j cap minus k cap, then express vector beta in the form vector beta is equal to vector beta 1 plus vector beta 2, where beta 1 is parallel to alpha and beta 2 vector is perpendicular to vector alpha. Then vector beta 1 is given by, here we need to find the value of beta 1. Given that beta 1 vector is parallel to alpha, that means vector beta 1 is equal to lambda into vector alpha, right? So the meaning is vector beta 1 is parallel to alpha, right? And secondly, vector beta 2 is perpendicular to alpha. That means vector beta 2, the scalar product of beta 2 and alpha is equal to 0. The meaning is vector beta 2 is perpendicular to alpha. Here we need the value of vector beta 1. Given that beta is equal to beta 1 plus beta 2, right? So here consider beta 1, lambda into alpha vector is given, which is I cap minus 3j cap, right? So here we need the value of lambda. So how to find value of lambda? For that we need this relation, right? So vector beta 2 dot product of beta 2 and alpha, right, is equal to 0, right? So what is beta 2? So from this relation, beta is equal to vector beta 1 plus vector beta 2. Therefore, vector beta 2 is equal to vector beta 1 minus vector beta minus vector beta 1, right? Right? So dot product of vector beta minus vector beta 1 and alpha, vector alpha is equal to 0, right? What is beta here? So given, which is I cap plus 2j cap minus k cap minus beta 1 is lambda into I cap minus 3j cap, right? So which is minus lambda into I cap minus 3j cap, right? Close it here. So dot alpha, vector alpha is I cap minus 3j cap. I cap minus 3j cap is equal to 0, right? Now club all I cap terms. So I cap into, so 1 minus lambda, 1 minus lambda, then all j cap terms plus j cap into 2, 2. So minus of minus becomes plus. So 2 plus 3 lambda, 2 plus 3 lambda, right? Then all k cap. So there is only one k cap in the first term. Close this. Dot, dot. So I cap minus 3j cap. So I'll write k cap term as 0 into k cap. You can add or subtract, right? So plus 0 into k cap, or you can subtract, is equal to 0. So here is a scalar product of two terms, right? Scalar product of two terms. Therefore, the product of their coefficient and their sum. So product of coefficient of I cap is nothing but, so in first term, coefficient of I cap is 1 minus lambda into coefficient of I cap in the next term. So I lambda, so this coefficient, it is 1 into 1 plus So product of coefficient of j cap. So product of coefficient j cap is 2 plus 3 lambda. And coefficient of j cap in the second term, it is minus 3 into minus 3 plus product of coefficient of k cap. So coefficient of k cap is minus 1 into here in the second term, it is 0 is equal to 0. Right? So in case of scalar product of two terms, we need to consider the product of coefficient of each term, I cap, j cap and k cap, and their sum is equal to 0. Right? Therefore, we can write 1 minus lambda. So minus 3 into minus 2, it is minus 6 minus 3 into 3 lambda, which is minus 9 lambda. So it is 0 is equal to 0. Right? So we can write minus 9 lambda minus lambda is minus 10 lambda minus 5 is equal to 0. Therefore, minus 10 lambda is 5. Lambda is minus 1 by 2. Value of lambda is minus 1 by 2. Therefore, we can write vector B1 as, so lambda is minus 1 by 2 into I cap minus 3j cap. Right? Therefore, look at the options. Minus 1 by 2. Option E is the right answer. Minus 1 by 2 into I cap minus 3j cap. Question 44. The sum of the degree and order of the differential equation 1 plus y1 square whole raised to 2 by 3 is equal to y2 is. Here we need the sum of degree and order. Right? Sum of order and degree. So what is order of the given differential equation? Here in the given equation, so the power is a fraction 1 plus y1 square whole raised to 2 by 3. So what is y1 and y2 here? So here y1 is derivative of y, right? So derivative of y, whereas y2 is derivative of y1, right? Here order is order of the highest derivative. Right? So order of the highest derivative is order of the given equation. Here, highest derivative is y2 and the corresponding power is called degree. For that, so in any differential equation, while finding the degree and order, so the power should not be in fraction. Let us convert the power as a whole number. Right? So for that, we'll cubing on both sides. Cubing both LHS and RHS. Right? So LHS becomes 1 plus y1 square whole raised to 2 by 3. Its third power, right? Whole raised to 3 is equal to y2 whole raised to 3. Cubing on both sides. So LHS becomes 1 plus derivative of y. It's a square, y1 square. So whole raised to 2 by 3. Its cube becomes here. 3 will get cancelled. It becomes whole square is equal to, so y2 to the power of 3. Here, highest derivative is y2, right? So second derivative of y1, right? Therefore, the order of the given differential equation is 2 because highest derivative is y2, right? Therefore, order is 2. Whereas corresponding power is called degree, right? So corresponding power is called degree. Therefore, degree of the given differential equation is 3. y2 to the power of 3. Therefore, 3. Therefore, the sum of order and degree is 2 plus 3, which is 5. Therefore, option B is the right answer. Question 45. The coordinates of foot of the perpendicular drawn from the origin to the plane 2x minus 3y plus 4z is equal to 29 are. So here students, we need to find coordinates of the foot of the perpendicular, right? So we'll consider a perpendicular drawn from the origin to the plane. So we'll consider a plane and perpendicular is drawn to the plane. This perpendicular is drawn from the origin. A perpendicular is drawn from the origin to the plane, right? This plane is 2x minus 3y plus 4z. 3y plus 4z is equal to 29. So here we need to find coordinates of foot of the perpendicular, right? So the coordinates we need to find. So very easy method is, so directly take the equation of the plane. So 2x minus 3y plus 4z is equal to 29. So when you substitute the values of x, y and z in this equation, so you have to get the right hand side as 29. So among four options, we'll consider option A, right? Where values of x, y and z are 2, 3 and 4 respectively. So the equation becomes 2 into x, which is 2 into 2 minus 3 into y is 3 here, right? So plus 4 is into 4. So you will get 2 into 2, 4 minus 9 plus 16. So you will get 11, which is not equal to 29, right? So option A is not the answer. Consider option B, in which x, y, z are 2 minus 3, 4 respectively, right? So equation becomes, so 2 into x, so 2 into 2 minus 3 into y is minus 3 here, right? So plus 4z, 4 into z is 4. You will get 4 plus 9 plus 16, which is equal to 29. Therefore, coordinates of the foot of the perpendicular are, so x, y, z, so which is, so 2 minus 3, 4. So x coordinate is 2, y is minus 3, z is 4. Right? Hence option B is the right answer. So only thing is you have to substitute the values of x, y and z so that you have to get 29 as the answer, right? So coordinates are 2 minus 3, 4, right? Option B is the right answer. Question 46. The angle between the pair of lines x plus 3 by 3 is equal to y minus 1 by 5 is equal to z plus 3 by 4. So this is line 1. And another line x plus 1 by 1 is equal to y minus 4 by 4 is equal to z minus 5 by 2. Right? So in a Cartesian geometry, we'll consider two lines, right? And angle between them. So we have to find angle between them. So let it be theta, right? So we'll consider line 1 and line 2. Right? So generally we'll consider line 1 as x minus x1 by a1, right? So in which, so x minus x1 by a1 is equal to y minus y1 by b1 is equal to z minus z1 by c1, right? So this is the formula for line 1, right? So in general case, so according to the question, a1 is 3, right? b1 is 5, the denominators, right? c1 is 4, right? So here in line 2, so in general case, we'll consider x minus x2 by a2 is equal to y minus y2 by b2 is equal to z minus z2 by c2. Here a2 is, so in the given question a2 is 1, b2 is 4, b2 is 4, c2 is 2. Right? Why do we need these values a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2 to find angle between pair of lines, right? So here we'll consider cosine function cos theta is equal to, so mod of a1 into a2, product of a1 and a2 plus b1 into b2 plus c1 into c2. The formula says, so this sum is divided by a1 square plus b1 square plus c1 square, its root, into square root of a2 square plus b2 square plus c2 square. Very easy calculation. So you will get cos theta, right? So a1, a2, so product of a1 and a2 is 3 into 1, which is 3, plus b1 into b2, so 5 into 4 is 20, plus c1 into c2 is 8. 4 into 2 is 8, right? Divided by root of a1 square is 9 plus b1 square is 25, c1 square is 16, right? 4 square is 16 into root of a2 square. So 1 plus 16 plus 4. So you will get 28 plus 3, 31 divided by root of So 9 plus 25, which is 34 plus 16 is 50. Root 50 into root of 21, right? Therefore, we have 31 by root 50 can be written as root of 25 into 2. So root of 25 is 5, root 2 into root 21. Or 31 by, so root 2 into root 21 is root of 42, right? So 5 root 42, which is cos theta. Here we need theta, right? Therefore, angle between pair of lines is cos inverse 31 by 5 root 42, right? Cos inverse 31 by 5 root 42. So option E is the right answer, right? Theta is cos inverse 31 by 5 root 42. Question 47. The corner points of the feasible region of an LPP are 0, 2, 3, 0, 6, 0, 6, 8 and 0, 5. Then the minimum value of Z is equal to 4x plus 6y occurs at. So here, so in a feasible region, so the corner points are, so 5 points, right? So these 5 points. So then the minimum value of Z. So Z is equal to 4x plus 6y occurs at which point, right? Which of the given points the minimum value of Z occurs. So for that, let us substitute the values of x and y, right? So in this equation, here Z is 4x plus 6y, right? So when the points are 0 and 2, right? So for example, 0 and 2 somewhere here, right? So I'll consider it as Z1 becomes, so at 0 and 2, 4x plus 6y becomes 4 into 0, 0, 6y becomes 12. Z1 becomes 12. So at 3, 0, Z2 becomes, at 3, 0 means somewhere here. So x is 3, y is 0, right? So Z2 becomes for 4 into 3, which is 12, plus 0, again 12. At this point, Z is again 12. So Z3, so at third point, so at 6 and 0, 4x becomes 4 into 6, 24, and 6y becomes 0, so Z value becomes 24. So Z4, so at fourth point, right, that is 6 and 8, 4x plus 6y becomes, so 4x becomes 24, 6y, so 6 into 8, 48. So we have 72 as Z value. And so at the last point, 4x plus 6y becomes, 4x becomes 0, plus 6y becomes 6 into 5, 30. So Z value becomes 30. Here the question is, then the minimum value of Z occurs at. So here are two minimum values, 12 and 12, right? So minimum value occurs at 2 points. At 2 points. So that is, so 0 and 2 and 3 and 0. 0 and 2, so x coordinate is 0, somewhere here, 0, 2, and 3, 0 will be somewhere here, right? X coordinate is 3. So in 0 and 2, y coordinate is 2. So therefore, so minimum value of Z occurs at this region, right? So line joining 2 points, right? Line joining 2 points, which are 0, 2 and 3, 0. Therefore, so in this region, minimum value of Z occurs. Therefore, so according to options, in how many points? Minimum value of Z occurs only 2 points. Occurs at 2 points, 0, 2 and 3, 0. Option D is the right answer. Question 48. A dietitian has to develop a special diet using two foods, X and Y. Each packet containing 30 gram of food. X contains 12 units of calcium. So here is a small error, students. So it has more information here. So here X contains 12 units of calcium. So we'll consider X and Y, right? And the contents are calcium, iron, cholesterol, and vitamin A. Food X contains 12 units of calcium. So we'll consider 12 units of calcium, right? 4 units of iron and 6 units of cholesterol and 6 units of vitamin A, right? Whereas food Y contains 3 units of calcium, right? 20 units of iron, then 4 units of cholesterol, then 3 units of vitamin A, right? The diet requires at least 240 units of calcium, at least 460 units of iron, and at most 300 units of cholesterol. So this part is correct, right? This part is correct here. The corner points of the feasible region are. So here the diet contains at least 240 units of calcium. So food X contains 12 units of calcium, right? Therefore, totally it contains 240 units. At least means so 12x plus 3y. Food Y contains 3 units of calcium, right? So the whole diet requires, right? It requires 240 units of calcium, means 12x plus 3y should be greater than or equal to. At least means so greater than or equal to. So it can be greater than, right, 240 units of. So greater than or equal to 240, right? And at least 460 units of iron. So that means, so 4x plus 20y, it requires at least means, so minimum 460 units of iron. So it can be greater than 460 also. Therefore, 4x plus 20y is greater than or equal to 460, and at most 300 units of cholesterol. So at most means it can be 300 units maximum, right? Therefore, so cholesterol is 6 units. So into x plus 4y is less than or equal to 300 units. Here the question is corner points of the feasible region are. So in each case, so we'll consider these equations as 1, 2, and 3. Solving 1 and 2, right? So you will get few values of that for x and y. So that will be one of the feasible region, right? The corner points of the feasible region. So you can solve 2 and 3, right? Taking 2 and 3, you will get another point, right, of the feasible region. Solving 1 and 3, you will get one more point, right? So we'll consider equation 1 and 2 first, right? So equation 1 and 2 solve for x and y, right? So here we'll consider equation 2 and 1. So 12x plus 3y is greater than or equal to 240. For our convenience, we'll consider equal to 240. And 4x plus 20y is equal to 460. Right? So we'll multiply equation 2 by 3. You will get same coefficient of x, right, which is 12. Now, equation 2 minus 1. So, right? So you will get, so 12x minus 12x will get cancelled. So 60y minus 3y, which is 57y, is equal to, so here you will get 460 into 3, right? So simplify it, you will get 1140, right? 1140. Then y is equal to 20, right? Therefore, x is equal to, so substitute the value of y in any of the equations, 1 or 2. So 12x is equal to 240 minus 3y. 3y is 60. So which is 180. Therefore, x is equal to 15. Right? X is equal to 15. Therefore, one of the feasible point is, so xy is 1520. 1520, right? So among 4 options here, in option A and C, we have one of the points as 1520. So we have to decide. So no need to consider option B and D, right? So we'll consider equation 2 and 3 to find one more point, right? So equation 2 is 4x plus 20y is greater than or equal to 460, we'll consider equal to 460. When it is equal to 460, and 6x plus 4y is equal to 300. Now solve for x and y, right? So let us multiply equation 3 by 5. So that coefficient of y becomes 20. So this is equation 2, equation 3, right? So equation 3 minus 2. So here coefficient of y is same, right? Coefficient of y is same. Therefore, coefficient of x becomes, in equation 3 it is 30x minus 4x becomes 26x is equal to, so 1500 minus 460, it is 1040, right? 1040. Therefore, value of x becomes 1040 by 26. So 26 into 4 is 104. So x becomes 40. Therefore, value of y becomes, so substitute value of x in equation 2 or 3. So 20y becomes 460 minus 4 into x is 4 into 40, which is 160. Therefore, value of y becomes 300 by 20, which is 15. Therefore, so another feasible point is, so xy is 40, 15, right? So one of the points is 15, 20. Another point is 40, 15. So in option A, we have 40, 15, right? Along with 15, 20, we have 40, 15 as one of the feasible points. So in option C, we don't have 40, 15, right? Therefore, option A is the right answer. No need to go for third point. So third point is definitely 2 and 72, right? No need to solve equation 1 and 3 separately. So you will get the third point as 2 and 72. If you want, you can verify it. So here already we have got 2 points, 40, 15 and 15, 20. So option A is the right answer, not equation A. Option A is the right answer. Question 49. The distance of the point whose position vector is 2 I cap plus j cap minus k cap from the plane r bar dot I cap minus 2 j cap plus 4 k cap is equal to 4 is. So distance of the point whose position vector from a position vector is given from a particular plane, right? Is, so the distance formula says, so distance of a point from a plane, so is equal to, so mod of ax1 plus by1 plus cz1, right, minus d divided by square root of a square plus b square plus c square, right? So what is a? So a is nothing but the coefficient of I cap, right? So in the plane, so here coefficient of I cap is 1. So b is coefficient of j cap, right? So of the plane, which is minus 2. C is coefficient of k cap, which is 4, right? Of the plane, right? So whereas d is the constant, which is 4, right? Whereas x1, y1, z1 are, so we'll consider x1 is nothing but, so coefficient of I cap, so whose position vector, right? So coefficient of I cap of the position vector, which is 2. So y1 is coefficient of j cap, which is 1, and z1 is coefficient of k cap, which is minus 1, right? Now substitute the values here. So here ax1, so a1 into 2, which is 2, plus by1, so minus 2 into 1 is minus 2, plus cz1, c is 4, z1 is minus 1, which is minus 4, minus d is 4, minus 4, divided by root of a square is 1, plus b square is 4, minus 2 square is 4, right? Plus c is 4, its a square is 16. Therefore, it is 2 minus 2, 0, minus 4, minus 8 by root of 21, right? Therefore, so distance of the point whose position vector is so and so, right, from the plane is minus 8 by root 21. Option B is the right answer. Question 50. Find the mean number of heads in 3 tosses of a fair coin. So this question is based on probability distribution. Probability, right? So here the question is mean of number of heads. So when you toss a coin 3 times, right? So first we have to consider number of times you get heads, right? At least once. So what is the mean of that number, right? So here total number of tosses, total number of tosses in which you get head, at least one of the face is head, right? Or one time you'll get head is equal to, so when you toss a coin, so all the 3 times you may get head, right? Or one time head, 2 times tail, or one time heads, next time tail, and the third time head, HTH, right? Or the next time is first 2 times head and the last time you may get tail, right? So first time tail and the remaining 2 times head, right? And first 2 times tail, last time head. Or first time tail, second time head, third time again tail. Or you may not get any heads, right? So these are the ways of tossing a coin, right? So 3 times. Therefore, total number of tosses are 8 tosses, right? So in which first we have to consider the probability of getting one of the time, right? So one of the face as head, right? So for that, we'll consider the outcome. In probability, we need outcomes, right? So outcomes are nothing but number of times you will get heads, right? So here, so we'll consider X. So in which, so 0 times you may get head, right? 0. Or 1 time you may get head, or 2 times, right? Or all the 3 times you may get heads, right? So how many times? The outcome is 0 head. So only 1 time. When all the faces are tails, that means only 1 time you will get 0 head, right? So outcome is only 1. So how many times you get 1 head? That means here when the combination is HTT, right? When the combination is TTH and THT, 3 times the outcome is 1 head face, right? So how many times the outcome is 2 head faces? So HTH, HHT and THH, 3 times. Outcomes are 3, right? How many times all the 3 faces are heads? So HHH, only 1 time, right? So therefore, the probability of getting heads, probability, that is P of X, is equal to, so the formula says total number of outcomes divided by the total number of tosses. So 1 out of 8 tosses, you will get 0 heads, right? So 3 out of 8 tosses, you will get, so 1 of the face as head. So 3 out of 8 tosses, you will get 2 of the faces as heads. Whereas again, 1 out of 8 times. 1 out of 8 times. So you will get all the 3 faces as head. Right? So therefore, the question is mean number of heads. Therefore, mean number of heads. So which is sigma xi into p of xi. The formula says, so you have to take the product of x and p of x in each case. So the summation means you have to add. So sigma xi into p of xi is, so xi is 0 into 1 by 8 is 0 plus 1 into 3 by 8, right? So which is 3 by 8 plus 2 into 3 by 8 is 6 by 8 plus 3 into 1 by 8 is 3 by 8. Therefore, 8 is the LCM. So 3 plus 6 plus 3 is 12. 12 by 8 or 3 by 2. Mean is 3 by 2 or 1.5. right? 1.5 is the answer. So the mean number of heads in 3 tosses of a fair coin is 1.5, right? So option A is the right answer. Students, if you want to practice all the questions from this paper, please visit our website www.examsnet.com. You can also download our app. The link is given in the description box. Question 51. If A and B are two events such that P of A is 1 by 2, P of B is 1 by 3, P of A by B is 1 by 4, then P of A prime intersection B prime, right? Or P of A dash intersection B dash is. So we'll directly go to the formula for P of A dash intersection B dash, which is equal to P dash A union B whole dash, whole prime. Right? Here P of A union B whole prime is 1 minus P of A union B. Right? So we'll take 1 minus P of A union B. The formula says P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B. Right? P of A intersection B. P of A value is given. P of B value is also given. Right? So here we need to find P of A intersection B. Right? So for that, using P of A by B formula. Right? P of A by B formula. So P of A by B is P of A intersection B divided by P of B. Therefore, P of A intersection B. We need this value. P of A intersection B is P of A by B into P of B. Right? P of A by B value is given, which is 1 by 4 into P of B is 1 by 3. Therefore, P of A intersection B is 1 by 12. Right? Substitute these values. 1 minus P of A is 1 by 2 plus P of B is 1 by 3 minus P of A intersection B is 1 by 12. Right? Simplify it, you will get the answer. Right? So 1 minus, so 12 is the LCM. Numerators become 6 plus 3 into 4 minus 1. Right? So 1 minus 9 by 12. So which is equal to 3 by 12, right? Which is 1 by 4 is the answer. So P of A prime intersection B prime or P of A dash intersection B dash is 1 by 4. Option A is the right answer. Question 52. A pandemic has been spreading all over the world. The probabilities are 0.7 that there will be a lockdown, 0.8 that the pandemic is controlled in 1 month if there is a lockdown, and 0.3 is the probability that it is controlled in 1 month if there is no lockdown. The probability that the pandemic will be controlled in 1 month is. So students, the probabilities are 0.7 that there will be a lockdown. So we'll consider two events, event 1 and 2. So event 1 is the probability of being locked down. So not being locked down, right? So event or probability of being or event being locked down. Event being locked down. So let it be PE1 is 0.7, right? So event not being locked down will be 1 minus 0.7, right? So event not being locked down, not being locked down will be, so second event PE2 is 1 minus 0.7, which is 0.3, right? And it is given that, so the probability is 0.8 that the pandemic is controlled in 1 month if there is lockdown. If there is lockdown means so sort of 0.7, right? So the probability that the pandemic can be controlled is 0.8, right? Therefore, so here we'll consider A as, so pandemic controlled, event A as the event that the pandemic controlled, right? Therefore, probability of event being controlled, right? If there is a lockdown, that means the probability of A over even, event even, probability of A over even, right? So P A by even is 0.8, right? And it is given that the probability is 0.3 that it is controlled in 1 month if there is no lockdown, right? Therefore, probability of event being A over E2, probability of A over E2, right? Or P of A by E2 is 0.3, right? Probability that the pandemic can be controlled is 0.3 if there is no lockdown, right? So here the question is the probability that the pandemic will be controlled in 1 month. So the total probability we need to find. Total probability that the pandemic will be controlled in 1 month. So with lockdown and without lockdown, right? Therefore, so we'll consider, so P of A with lockdown, right? Therefore, P of A with lockdown will be, so here the product of, so P E1 and P of A by E1, right? So here probability that the event, the pandemic can be controlled in 1 month. So the formula says P of A by E1, A over E1 into P of E1, it is nothing but P of A intersection E1, right? P of A intersection E1 is P of A over E1 into P of E1. So which is equal to 0.8 into 0.7, which is 0.56. So which is nothing but the probability that the pandemic will be controlled in 1 month with lockdown, right? So here the probability that the pandemic will be controlled in 1 month without lockdown, right? Event not being lockdown, that is P of A intersection E2 is equal to P of A over E2 into P of E2. So which is equal to 0.3 into 0.3, which is 0.09, right? So these two are the probability that the pandemic will be controlled in 1 month, right? Therefore, total probability is equal to P of A intersection E1 plus P of A intersection E2. So which is 0.56 plus 0.09, which is 0.65 is the probability that the pandemic will be controlled in 1 month, right? It is the total probability, right? So option A is the right answer. Question 53. If A and B are two independent events such that P of A dash is equal to 0.75, P of A union B is 0.65, P of B is X, then find the value of X. So that means we have to find P of B, right? So for that, we just use the formula of P of A union B, right? P of A union B says P of A plus P of B minus P of A intersection B, right? Here P of A union B is given 0.65, right? P of A, how to find P of A? P of A means 1 minus P of A dash, right? Therefore, P of A becomes 1 minus 0.75, right? So which is 0.25 is P of A. So 0.25, right? So next P of B is directly given, which is X, right? Minus P of A intersection B. So formula of P of A intersection B says P of A into P of B, right? So which is equal to P of A is directly given. Just now we have calculated. So 0.25, P of B is directly given, which is x. Therefore, P of A intersection B becomes 0.25 into x. Right? Here we need to find the value of x. Simple calculation. So here x minus 0.25x becomes 0.75x plus 0.25 is equal to 0.65. Therefore, 0.75x is equal to 0.65 minus 0.25, which is 0.40. Therefore, value of x is 0.40 by 0.75. Right? So when you multiply the numerator by 100 and divide it by 100, right? There will not be any change. Therefore, 40 by 75 is the answer. Still, you can simplify, right? So, x becomes 5 into 8, 5 into 15, right? Value of x is 8 by 15. Hence, option C is the right answer. Question 54. Suppose that the number of elements in set A is P, the number of elements in set B is Q, and the number of elements in A cross B is 7. Then P square plus Q square is equal to. So students will consider number of elements in set A. So n of A is equal to P and n of B. In set B, there are Q elements, right? So number of elements in A cross B. So n of A cross B is equal to 7. So here we need value of P and Q. For that, we'll consider n of A cross B, which is equal to, so n of A into n of B. Number of elements in set A into number of elements in set B, which is equal to 7. So possible values for number of elements in set A and B are 7 and 1. Right? Since 7 is a prime number, so its factors are the number itself, which is 7 and 1, right? Therefore, so number of elements in set A can be 7 or 1, right? So that number of elements in set B will be 1 or 7. These are the two possible ways of selecting number of elements in respective sets, right? So here, if you consider number of elements in set A as 7, so P becomes a 7, right? P is equal to 7 and Q becomes 1. If you consider P as 1, Q becomes 7, right? So if you consider both ways, right? P square plus Q square becomes, if you consider P as 7, P square becomes 7 square plus 1 square, right? So which is equal to, if you consider P as 1, P square becomes 1 square, Q square becomes 7 square. Sum will be same, right? 7 square is 49 plus 1, which is 50, right? So, for both the values of P and Q, P square plus Q square is equal to 50, right? Therefore, option A is the right answer, right? So, P square plus Q square is 50. Question 55. The domain of the function f of x is equal to 1 by log 1 minus x to the base 10 plus root of x plus 2 is. Here the domain of the function means the value of x should be in certain range. That means from some value to some value, right? That is called domain. For that, so let us consider the first term, right? So 1 by log of 1 minus x to the base 10. Right? So to get the positive value of this term, right? So 1 minus x should be greater than 0, right? Then only you will get a positive value. If 1 minus x is greater than 0, so 1 should be greater than x, right? So this implies x should be strictly less than 1, right? So if x is strictly less than 1, can the value of x be equal to 0? Right? So if value of x is 0, what happens to the term log 1 minus x? It becomes log 1 minus 0. So which is log 1 is 0, right? So denominator cannot be 0 here, right? So 1 by 0 gives the infinity. So this cannot be possible. Therefore, so value of x should not be equal to 0. For that, the whole term 1 minus x should not be equal to 1. So if 1 minus x is equal to 1, it becomes log 1. right, which is 0, right? Therefore, 1 minus x should not be equal to 1. That means, so x should not be equal to 0, right? If x is equal to 0, it becomes log 1 to the base 10, which is not possible in the denominator part, right? Therefore, here the strictly condition is x should be strictly less than 1 and x cannot be equal to 0. X is not equal to 0, right? This is with respect to the first term. So now consider the second term. So root of x plus 2 is, since it is a root, so x plus 2 is strictly greater than 0 or equal to, this can be equal to 0. Right? So root of, so you cannot take a negative value here inside the root here. Therefore, so x plus 2 is greater than or equal to 0. That means x is greater than or equal to minus 2. Greater than or equal to minus 2. Therefore, value of x, right? The possible values of x can be within the range. Here, greater than or equal to minus 2. The lowest value is minus 2, right? But x cannot be equal to 0, right? So, if you take the values here, minus 2 on a number line, it will be here. 0 comes somewhere here and 1 comes somewhere here, right? So, here x should be strictly less than 1. So x value of x cannot be 0. So it can be minus 2. But it should be minus 2 or greater than 2. Right? So within this range or in this domain, right? So the function works here. Right? Therefore, so the domain should be minus 2 to 0 union 0 to 1. Right? So in this domain, the function works. Therefore, look at the options. Option D is the right answer. Minus 2 to 0 union 0 to 1. Hence, option D. Question 56. The trigonometric function y is equal to tan x in the second quadrant. So, let us plot a graph of y is equal to tan x, right? So, y is equal to tan x. So, we'll consider the Cartesian coordinate system. So here, so this is the origin, right? So this in the first quadrant means towards positive x-axis. So let the angle be pi by 2. So therefore in the second quadrant, since it is negative x-axis, so in the second quadrant, so the angle will be minus pi by 2, right? So in the second quadrant, the angles range from 90 to 180 degree, right? So the range of angle is from 90 to 180 degree. So we'll consider the respective angles minus pi by 2, right? And pi, right? So also in the positive x-axis, so pi by 2, pi. So we need only in the second quadrant, right? So the range of the angle is 90 to 180 degree. Let us plot the graph. So from the origin, right? So tan x. So here y is equal to tan x, right? So if x is minus pi by 2, so what is the value of y? So tan of minus pi by 2. So since tan of pi by 2 is infinity, right? Why it is infinity? So when you plot a graph of tan function, right? When angle is 0, right? When angle is 0, tan 0 is always 0, right? And it increases. When the angle increases, the value of tan x is also increases, right? And it increases when the angle is 90 degree, right? So it will be equal to infinity, not exactly infinity, nearer to infinity, right? So tan pi by 2 is equal to infinity, right? Tan pi by 2 is infinity. So when you take the negative angle, that is tan of minus pi by 2, right? So the graph comes down like this. Therefore, tan minus pi by 2 is minus infinity. Minus pi by 2 indicates angle in the second quadrant, right? So tan minus pi by 2 is minus infinity. Therefore, so it is minus infinity, right? Tan minus pi by 2 is minus infinity. Now, consider another angle which is tan 180 degree, right? Tan pi. So here, tan pi. Tan pi is always 0, whether it is plus pi or minus pi. It is always 0. Therefore, minus infinity to 0, right? So, the value increases. Minus infinity to 0 means the value increases in the second quadrant, right? Therefore, the trigonometric function y is equal to tan x increases from minus infinity to 0 in the second quadrant, right? So, look at the options. Increases from minus infinity to 0. Option D is the right answer, right? Minus infinity to 0. Option D. Question 57. The degree measure of pi by 32 is equal to. So here pi by 32 is in terms of radians, right? We have to convert this in terms of degrees, right? So particularly how many degrees, how many minutes and how many seconds, right? So here pi by 32 radian, right? So in terms of degree, it is pi by 32 into 180 by pi, right? So pi by and pi will get cancelled. We have 180 by 32. So here 180 by 32 is how many degrees and how many minutes and how many seconds, right? So here direct division 180 by 32, you will get 32 into 5, right? So 160. So 20 is the remainder, right? So here it is 5 degrees. 5 degrees. So this 20 remainder, right? So which is nothing but 20 by 32 into 60 minutes, right? So here 5 degrees. So 20 into 60 is 1200, right? So we'll convert this. So 1200 by 32. So 32 into 3 is 96. So 24 and so 240 is the remainder. Next comes 32 into 7, right? So 210 plus 14, 224. Here 16 is the remainder. So therefore, here 37 minutes, right? 37 minutes. So to this 16 remainder, so 16 out of 32 into 60. So 16 into 2, 2 into 3, yeah, 30. So here 5 degree, 37 minute, 30 seconds, right? So 37 minutes, 30 seconds. Therefore, here the question is pi by 32 radian. Pi by 32 radians is equal to 5 degrees, 37 minutes, 30 seconds, right? Option B is the right answer. Question 58. The value of sine 5 pi by 12 into sine pi by 12 is. So students, to solve this, right? So we are using the formula of cos A plus B minus cos A minus B is equal to minus 2 sine A into sine B, right? Therefore, sine A into sine B. Sine B is equal to, so minus 1 by 2 into cos A plus B minus cos A minus B, right? So use this formula. So sine A into sine B. So here A is 5 pi by 12, B is pi by 12, right? Is equal to, so minus 1 by 2 into cos of A plus B is 5 pi by 12 plus pi by 12, which is 6 pi by 12, right? Minus cos of A minus B is 5 pi minus pi by 12, which is 4 pi by 12, right? So minus 1 by 2 into cos of 6 pi by 12 is pi by 2 minus cos of 4 pi by 12 is pi by 3. right? So minus half. So cos pi by 2 is cos 90, which is 0, minus cos pi by 3 means cos of 60, which is half, right? 1 by 2 is cos 60. Therefore, it is minus 1 by 2. Therefore, so minus 1 by 2 into minus 1 by 2, which is 1 by 4, right? Therefore, option D is the right answer. Question 59. Root of 2 plus square root of 2 plus square root of 2 plus 2 cos 8 theta is equal to. To solve this, so we'll consider the formula of 1 plus cos theta. So which is always 2 cos square theta by 2. Using this formula, we'll consider the part, so which is the root of 2 plus 2 cos 8 theta, right? So in this, so we'll consider the remaining part as it is square root of 2 plus square root of 2 plus, so in the third root, right? So inside that root, we'll take out 2 as common. So 1 plus cos 8 theta is the remaining part. So which is in the form of 1 plus cos theta, where theta is 8 theta, right? So we'll apply this formula, square root of 2 plus root of 2 plus root of 2 into 1 plus cos 8 theta can be written as 2 cos square. So 2 into 2 cos square. So 8 theta by 2, which is 4 theta, right? 8 theta by 2. So root of 2 plus square root of 2 plus, so inside this root we have 2 into 2, 4, right? So its root is 2 itself, and root of cos square 8 theta by 2 is cos, right? So root cos square 8 theta is by 2 is cos square 4 theta. Its root is cos 4 theta, right? So to this square root also, so in which 2 is common, right? So here also we are applying same formula, root of 2 plus square root of, so we'll take out 2 as common, 1 plus cos 4 theta. Apply the same rule of 1 plus cos theta is 2 cos square theta by 2, where theta is 4 theta, right? Therefore, so square root of 2 plus root of 2 into 1 plus cos 4 theta is 1 plus cos 4 theta is 2 cos square 4 theta by 2, which is 2 cos square 2 theta, right? So 2 cos square 2 theta, right? Therefore, so the given expression is equal to square root of 2 plus root of 2 into 2. So root of 4 is 2 into root of cos square 2 theta is cos 2 theta, right? So in this square root also we can take out 2. So 1 plus cos 2 theta, again which is in the form of 1 plus cos theta. So apply the same rule. So root of 2 into 1 plus cos 2 theta can be written as 2 cos square 2 theta by 2, which is 2 cos square theta, right? 2 will get cancelled. Therefore 2 into 2 is 4, its root is 2. So into root of cos square theta, which is cos theta. So 2 cos theta is the final answer, right? 2 cos theta, option C is the right answer. Question number 60. If A is equal to 1, 2, 3 up to 10, then the number of subsets of A containing only odd numbers is. So here students will consider a set contains only odd number from 1 to 10, right? So we'll write A as, so 1 is an odd number, 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9, right? There are 5 elements, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So which are odd numbers, right? Therefore, number of subsets can be formed using set A. So for n elements, for example, in general, so there are n elements in a set. Therefore, number of subsets can be formed using n elements is equal to 2 raised to n minus 1. There are 2 raised to n minus 1 subsets can be formed, right? Therefore, for 5 elements, So in the given set, there are 5 elements which are odd numbers, right? So number of subsets can be formed. Number of subsets is equal to 2 raised to, here n is number of elements in the given set, which is 5 minus 1. Therefore, it is 2 raised to 5 is 32 minus 1. Therefore, 31 subsets can be formed using these 5 elements, right? Because the number of odd numbers from 1 to 10 are only 5, right? Therefore, so the number of subsets of A containing only odd numbers is 31 subsets, right? Option A is the right answer. So with this, I am completing this paper, students. If you want to practice all the questions from this paper, please visit our website www.examsnet.com. You can also download our app. The link is given in the description box. I wish you a very best of luck for your future exams.